Serwus. Witajcie na kanale Czy ja teraz Tura.
Serwus!
Ja jestem Majzownik, to jest wtrącający się Mieszko, a jest z nami gościnnie Kasia. Tam.
Chociaż... Wiesz, że będziesz musiał potem to
tak,
poukładać
zostawię dokładnie w ten sam sposób.
Nie?
Dzięki za rozwalenie intro.
Jeszcze raz.
Słuchajcie, Kasia chyba się najbardziej dopasowała do tego, co dzisiaj się będzie działo, bo ma włosy takie w kolorze, powiedzmy, że neonowym, a dzisiaj odwiedzimy Night City i będziemy co robić?
Będziemy grać w Cyberpunk Legends.
W nowego Cyberpunka.
Tak, Cyberpunk Legends.
Cyberpunk Legends, karciankę. Udało nam się ściągnąć Aidana, dobrze mówię, tak?
Aidan z przyszłości.
Z przyszłości, z 2077 roku przybył do nas. Na tę okoliczność Kasia właśnie się zafarbowała i zagraliśmy z nim, zaprezentował nam Cyberpunka, grę karcianą.
My już graliśmy i już widzieliśmy i było naprawdę bardzo przyjemnie, a wy będziecie mogli to zobaczyć za chwilę. A jak już obejrzycie, jak my sobie w to pograliśmy, to potem jeszcze pewnie będziecie mogli usłyszeć, co o tym myślimy, bo to pewnie też powiemy.
Też powiemy. Na pewno sprawdźcie jeszcze Kickstartera. On się akurat zakończył, ale zapowiedział nam spoiler. Aidan zapowiedział, że będzie late pledge pewnie, więc jak ktoś po obejrzeniu tego uzna, że będzie chciał kupić tę grę, to ona jeszcze na Kickstarterze jeszcze będzie miał szansę. Także to co, nie przedłużając, Czy ja teraz Tura, jedziemy Cyberpunk Legends.
Let's go.
Ja, go!
Okay, let's start here. I have this. This is our leader token. It will be a sort of poker chip in the box since we use poker mechanics. With the leader token here, whoever has the leader token, it's basically like the number one rule of the whole game. Whoever has the leader token, their job is to draw the top card of the scenario deck, read everything on it. If there's instructions, we'll do the instructions together. If it's an obstacle, we'll fight that obstacle, overcome it. And otherwise, we just keep going until we hit an obstacle or something we need to do. After we do an obstacle, the leader token will pass to the next person in clockwise order here. Before I read this first card here, I will give you some context. If you had read the rule book, we try to keep the rule book pretty short and sweet. At the end of it, well, through the whole thing, it's sort of flavored as you're at a pawn shop. You're getting geared up to be runners in Night City. You're getting ready to go out on your first jobs, make some eddies. And then the pawnbroker's telling you the rules of Night City. At the very end, he says, "Let me tell you a very important rule." And then he gets interrupted. He says, "Oh shit, what's that? Duck." And then it says to open the first scenario pack, and that's where we start. Bullets thud into dermplast walls. You vault over the counter looking for a way out. Nothing. Glass shatters, displays erupt as two nomads spray the shop with ancient automatics. You check once more for a back exit. Dead end. The only way out is through. Whenever you finish reading a story card, draw the next card. And just so you know, if anybody is not hasn't played Tabletop Sim in a while, holding down Alt while mousing over a card, that will blow the card up so you can read it while everybody's Tabletop Sim hands are on top of it. Okay. Bike Raiders, this is our first obstacle. They aren't here to talk. Up in the top right corner, you'll see that they deal 2 damage to us, and they have 8 health. So at the end of the round, if they're still alive, they will deal 2 damage to us. And 8 is how much damage we need to deal to them. Damage stays on the between rounds, though. You don't have to do all the damage in one round. Where our cards come in, our decks, is that line in the middle with those strange symbols. Those symbols correspond to poker hands. We have these cards next to our decks here. Actually, copy that up there so you'll have them too. You'll see that Bike Raiders here has a pair with a muscle symbol or a straight or better. That's what those symbols mean. And what does that mean? Well, let's figure that out by drawing cards from our own decks. So I'm going to shuffle your decks really quick for you, just in case I didn't shuffle them beforehand. And go ahead and draw 5 cards from your deck. And you can do that by hovering over the deck and just pressing 5. All right, so now the cards in our hands, I'm going to search my deck for a good example card here. They act just like normal playing cards, except they have multiple numbers and they can have multiple suits. So they count as all of the numbers and all of the suits on them all at once. So this is both an 8 and a 6 with a muscle. So so what Bike Raiders is looking for in the middle there is a pair with a muscle symbol or a straight or better. What that means is we need to make that in our cooperative poker hand that we make together. So going in a circle, we're each going to put 1 card into the plan until we hit 5 cards by default. You can extend that. Right. You can go further. But
can we talk about the cards we have on our hand?
That is a great question. I will get to that in one moment. Because you can, but also you can't. I'll tell you what I mean by that momentarily. But before we get to that, the Bike Raiders, Razor Girl deals 1 damage, as you can see, plus 1 damage. It adds a damage to the plan, but that damage only gets dealt if we have a pair with a muscle symbol or a straight or better. So that's what those symbols in the middle there mean. So we will go in a circle and we will try to make something that meets that. So that plus at the end there too means or better. So if we make anything better than a straight, we'll also hit it. So if we make a full house or a 4 of a kind, something like that, we'll also do it. The pair, the numerical pair that it needs 1 muscle symbol in it, which means one of the cards making that pair needs to have 1 muscle symbol in it. So if I had Razor Girl out, somebody would just have to play an 8 or a 6, and we would have a pair, and we would be hitting. Now,
so
table
the
talk
second
rules.
card doesn't have to have the symbol. Great.
Yes, correct. Yep. Table talk rules. You cannot say the numbers, suits, or names of cards in your hand. You are allowed to talk up to and around that as much as possible. Communication's difficult in a fight, but not impossible, and it is important to communicate in order to build the best possible hand. I'm going to go ahead and see what we can do.
I can't talk about the symbols on my hand, but can I say something like, I would need you guys to throw an 8 muscle? Is that allowed or also not? So
generally how we do that is we would have you talk around it slightly more. We'd say, who else is feeling strong? Anybody else feeling tough? Because making people stick to the rules like that, we found it's kind of cool in that people will start to role play a little bit in how they build the plan. So I'm going to start it out. You know what, guys? I've got a good plan here. Now, this deals 2 damage, but only if we make a straight. I'm hoping we can make that straight, but even if we can't, there's a couple numbers out there to make pairs with. So now it will go over to the rocker.
All right. Can we go better than a pair? Or is it a strict pair and a straight or above?
So it's strictly a pair or a straight or better.
All right. Okay. And how much damage do we deal without the text on the card? So does a pair with
none.
Okay. All right.
The plan does not deal any damage. Normally, you have to have cards that say +1 damage or more.
Perfect. Okay. That is a good plan, I think. I'll try to contribute. Okay, so I'll play a7.
Okay, nice. Well, we have a pair, so we are hitting now, even if we don't get the straight. So unless you guys want to go for the straight, you could probably just do damage, and that would also be helpful since we have a pair with muscle now.
So with those 2 cards, we are dealing 2 damage right now because we have a pair.
Yeah, right now we're dealing 2. Yep.
Okay, so what happens if
we somehow
if other players play cards that are not contributing to either straight or a pair? Do their damage count?
Yep, their damage still counts. Any damage in the plan still counts. Yep.
So now we just throw up the damage to make the full 8, for example, and the bikers are gone.
Yeah, but the good plan won't work then, right? Because the good plan only works when there's a straight.
Yep, only works.
Okay.
It's possible we make a straight right now because we can have like double cards with that matches exactly.
Yeah, totally. Like I showed Razor Girl, which had an 8 and a 6 on it. Yeah. So that would get us very close to
straight. Can I change my card?
Sure. Go ahead. We're still learning.
I think this one will be better.
Yeah, I think so.
8, 6, 4, 7, 9. So we're like almost. We have almost.
This card counts as all of those numbers. So both 8 and 6, or only one of this.
Yep.
So we already have 9, 8, 7, and 6.
Yep. So a 10 or a 5 would get us a straight,
But this only counts towards the flush. Anything else?
No, straight or straight flush.
A straight or straight flush.
So it does.
We don't have a pair. Okay.
But we almost have a straight.
Dynamite.
I know.
You know what? I will say, if you guys want to focus on damage, I can guarantee that we will hit. I can guarantee that we'll hit. Because it'll get back to me, I'll be able to play another card.
Okay. Plan. What is plan? This is plan.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is the plan. Yep. Normally 5 cards. Okay. 5 is the default, but there are ways to extend that if you get something that says plan size
and
plus
you'll be
1.
dropping the 5th. You will be dropping the 5th card. Right?
Yeah. So by default, the leader, whoever has the leader token, will play 2.
Okay. So I'll throw this.
Oh, and we've got a straight.
And we have a straight.
And plan size plus 1.
And plan size, which means we're gonna drop one more card, right?
Yep.
Okay, is it good for us to play as many cards as possible? Do we replenish our cards to full 5 every turn, every round?
So after the plan executes, so after we get the plan limit and then we deal damage, then we draw back up to 5.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, cool. So we can.
Okay.
So I'll be playing another card.
Yeah, you will.
I have a technique. I have a question. Those cards, we're like putting them on one stash. How do they come back to our decks?
So they'll go back to your discard pile. You just kind of have to remember which card you played. In person, I recommend using sleeves. That was one of our add-ons on the Kickstarter. We don't have different card backs because we want people in future expansions to be able to deck build from scratch. So we want them to be able to go wherever.
Yeah, but the sleeves will be included, right?
Sleeves are an add-on.
Okay.
Sleeves were an add-on on Kickstarter. Yeah, we wanted to keep the cost of the box pretty low, so the the base box is like $50.
Oh, it's not that expensive. It's nothing.
All right.
Okay, so we have currently we have 2 damage, and we have a straight, but I think I can add something to that.
Nice.
Adding +1 damage and adding a 5. So we have 10, 9, 8, 7,
We've got a very long straight now.
We have all the straight right now.
All right. We have, what do we have? We have 1 pair. And I have a card that cares about pairs, but I don't think we have enough for me to care about it right now. Well, I'll do that. I'll throw another damage out there. Sadly, I drew cards that don't have a ton of damage.
We only have 4 damage right now?
Yeah, we only have 4. You're up, so it is...
I can't deal 4.
We have...
I can
we have a +1, so you deal the last card.
All right.
Okay.
See, that's okay. That's good. That's 6 damage, and that stays on them between rounds. In the box, we'll have punch out like cardboard tokens. I'm just going to use this nice tabletop sim counter. Okay, so yeah, we check to see if we hit. We have a straight. We do. And we clean up our cards. Put them in your discard pile.
No, which one is mine? The second one.
Yeah, this one was yours.
Yeah.
That's why I tilted mine a bit to the side, so I remember which one is mine, and you straighten it up.
Sorry, I did that. My OCD kicked in.
So
now you may discard up to 1 card from your hand and then draw back up to 5.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, no, I want to keep this one. That's a shame you can't see my card.
So,
I mean, like, I'm talking to the people watching the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also keeping mine. So we draw...
Actually, all of those cards are very nice. I'm gonna okay. And we replenish up to 5, right?
Yep.
After we discard.
And for you, now that we're on the second go around here, I'm gonna mostly for the Nomad. I don't know that anybody else has cards that really care about this, but just so you know, Nomad, card effects happen when they enter the plan. So anything that discards cards from the plan can technically discard itself as well. So you have the unique ability to play a card, have it discard itself, and go, you guys deal with it.
I've just discarded the card like this.
Okay.
I thought it's
and when cards are discarded from the plan, do we keep playing more turns around?
Yeah. So you still have to go until you hit the plan limit. So that can be a way where, if you as the rocker were to say, if it just gets back around to me one more time, I can do a bunch of damage or something. Somebody could discard a card to make sure it gets back to you.
Great.
All right. I'm going to start with this.
Okay.
I am the weapon. +1 damage for each pair in the plan. Seems quite good, but
we only
my
need
hand's
2
kind
more
of full of
damage,
good
right?
cards at the moment. Yeah. So as long as we make 2 pairs.
Okay, how do we count pairs? If 3 cards are triple or 2 pairs, 3 5s?
That's a good question. So if you have a 3 of a kind or a 4 of a kind, basically a pair has to be a different numerical pair. So a 4 of a kind counts as a 3 of a kind and a pair, but not multiple pairs. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I think I'm ready to finish this fight by playing this one.
So we have a pair and we have...
Okay, so we're already beating
we
them.
have 2 damage.
Yeah.
So now you do have to play until you hit the plan limit each time. That way you can't just hold on to all the cards you want to hold on to.
Yeah, if I keep the good cards for the next turn, I have to deal anything. So I need to... Okay, I'll deal this one because I'm a nice guy. I don't want to put you in a weird position.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's you may. That's a may
I
too.
don't. I may.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 5, we have 5, 4. Okay, so if I play this, the message says only counts towards a straight or a straight flush. So it means that those numbers don't count?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless we find a flush somewhere.
Yep.
Or
but that's
straight.
Totally fine because we're already beating them with what we have. I'm just going to throw this out because it's hard to... +4 damage, that's a lot, but you have to have 3 or more pairs, which is pretty hard to pull off when we have no upgrades in our deck.
That's why it's so strong card.
Yeah. Okay, now we can clean up our cards. Yep. And then now that we've defeated the obstacle, so we do enough to defeat it. After you defeat an obstacle, 2 things happen. First, the leader token moves over, and then you may discard as many cards as you want and then draw back up to 5. Not that you want to. You don't have to. All right. And then whenever we're ready, the leader can draw the top card of the deck and of the scenario deck.
Are the decks completely different for each character, or do we have some shared cards?
You have some shared cards. Each of them specializes in one of the 4 suits. and has abilities that it specializes in. Like you as the rocker have the only support cards, like the only heal cards and the only cards that can let other people draw cards. Nomad discards cards. Netrunner adds cards to the plan.
All right.
Okay, I have one more question. The bikers, when would they hit?
So the order is we deal our damage, defeat anything there, and then they would do their damage and any abilities that they have.
Why do they hit us?
So after the first...
What's that?
They should hit us after the first hand.
I just forgot to...
Okay.
So yes, we have a combined 20 health. They did deal 2 damage to us after the first stand. You're totally right. And then we
and we lose the game when we are like out of health.
So what the rules say in the box, there's a pack of cards called the Trauma Team Pack. And in the rules, it says when you hit 0 health, open the Trauma Team Pack. That's all I'll say for now. Maybe we'll open it if we hit 0 health. Hopefully, we won't have to.
Okay, great.
Okay,
so,
leader.
Yeah. What do we do now?
Maisa, it's your turn.
Another card, right?
Yep. Draw the top card.
Are those cards in the scenario, are they shuffled or are they somehow...
They're in a certain order. Yeah.
Seated.
They come ordered. Yeah.
All right. So it's a wreckage. The bikers try to flee. One makes it, one doesn't. Something is wrong here. You're new in the Night City, but even you know that it's expensive tech for a couple of nomads just in from the wastes. It's time to ask a pawnbroker some questions. Okay, remember, set aside your clue cards. You can refer to them at any point. What are the clue cards?
It says clue 3. It says clue 3 in the bottom.
So the 3 is the order that it comes in the deck. So this is the 3rd card in the deck. Yes, this is a clue. So we can put it in our clues over here.
Okay.
Clues have information that might be relevant later when we're making decisions or solving puzzles.
All right.
All right. And now that we've read that, you can keep going.
Yeah. It's a little chat. Okay. The smoke clears. The pawnbroker stands amidst the debris, clapping slowly. It's time you had a little chat. At the end of each round, the leader must discard a card with a heart on it from their hands. If they can't, take 2 damage.
It's
okay. So he doesn't deal any damage by himself. But we need to discard. Okay.
Well, we got lucky. The rocker is leading this one, so they are the most charismatic of us. That is, sorry, I should also say the names of our suits.
These aren't hearts.
Instead of hearts, spades. Yeah, it's so the lips are charisma, the green is tech, blue is muscle, and the purple is stealth.
All right.
Okay, so in this hand, a leader needs to use charisma, and luckily he's a rocker.
Yeah, I need to use charisma, and also I need to discard charisma.
Yep.
I will say I'm feeling a little bit more talkative than the solo usually is, so I might be able to help with like the pair or something like that. But
okay.
So you guys have a chit chat with the guy. I'd be like standing
I
by
know
and
which
watching.
cards to discard at the end of the round.
To the conversation.
Well, I was going to say, if you got damage, you can always back us up. You might just be intimidating. Might help.
Like looking bad, I know. I'm not mad.
Okay, I'll just throw some damage. I need to keep the hearts to be able to discard them. Okay, so I played nothing, basically. With the damage.
Cool.
Okay. I mean, if people put out more numbers, and more numbers is always helpful. Oh, okay. So you're kicking, you're showing off all the guns we have. That is certainly persuasive, I think.
Yeah, but we still need the
guns, lots of guns.
Now I could use... Actually, you know what? We will hit. We will 100% hit. I have the perfect card to use now that you use that. Yeah, we're going to hit. Don't worry. So you guys can focus on damage. If you want to be strong and deal damage, if you want to punch or something too, that would increase damage more since lots of guns is out.
But okay, so we need charisma only if we do pair. Okay.
Yeah. So if we do something better than a pair, which I'll just say we just might.
Okay.
Everything is possible in Night City.
Okay. So maybe
if you drop a fist, my card deals additional damage.
Yep.
Plus, if your fist deals damage, it's even better.
So I think I might add some damage. I could be a little bit talkative, but it requires.
No, you don't need to be talkative. We're just going to intimidate this guy. Don't worry.
Okay, so let's intimidate him. So I'll play this.
Excellent.
And I have to discard a tech from my hand, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I will discard this one.
Do not discard charisma.
You know what? I was preparing for a long talk with this guy, but
Rocker, I don't think we're gonna. I think we might get this in one round, dear. We're already at. Holy shit! Yeah, we're already at 7 damage. I don't even need to do my. So I'm gonna do this. Look at that. We have a flush now.
We just said
which
hello.
is 5 of the same suit.
This is how we say hello in Poland.
But I
would say he came to a wrong neighborhood, but we came to his. So.
Yeah, but we still need to finish the round, right? So I need to pay one card?
One more card. Yep.
Any card?
Yep. Any card.
Okay, all my cards deal damage right now. Plus, I need to save one card.
You actually don't. If we're gonna defeat him, you actually don't, because his card abilities won't go off, because we'll kill, not kill. We finish the conversation before that happens.
All right. Okay. So I play this one.
There you go. Nope.
Okay. Mine?
All right. Yeah. A little chat has been dealt with. That was. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So the leader token moves again, and we can discard and draw back up to our hand sizes again.
And now we can
drop one card and replenish to 5.
No, we can discard as many as we want, right? Because
as many as we want, because we defeated. Yep. Well, we defeated the obstacle.
It's at the end of the round, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, so I'll just need to draw one. So I'm the new leader in town. So it is my job to read the card. You want answers? Answers don't come cheap in Night City. The pawnbroker says, flicking his cigarettes into the remains of his store. That was the chat we had with his store.
No, I think the bikers did that.
We just said hello. But I'll give you something better. I'll give you a job. He produces a data deck from under his coat. Clearly, it was the only thing he grabbed when the shooting started. I was supposed to deliver this to a fellow over Colonel Panic. Seems unhealthy for me to be doing that now. You take it to him. I'll cut you in for 10%. This is a terrible idea. You know that. He knows that. And you both know it's exactly the reason you came to Night City. Story 5. It's just a number.
Yeah, the 5 is the number.
So story cards, you can just put them in the scenario discard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, the 5 is just the order it comes in the deck.
A piece of the night. You can tell the moment it hits your hand, something is deeply wrong. It's not like any data deck you ever seen. What is bound in its circuits and wires? But ours is not the reason why. You are to sell this thing, collect your money and get out. Easy. Don't lose it, the pawnbroker says with half a smile. Your contact will be waiting by the skull painted on the wall. Clue 6, so we put it into the clue. And So much reading.
Yeah, you got the reading block of the beginning of the deck here.
No worries. Sometimes you'll encounter multiple obstacles at once. When you do, set them out in front of the team and lay out the plan as usual. More enemies. When the plan executes against multiple targets, you can hit any of the obstacles that you meet to hit requirements for. And then you can divvy up your damage and way you choose amongst the targets you hit. Draw the next 2 cards. So
Okay, so it says that we can target one but hit the other.
So you have to meet the hit requirements for whatever you deal damage to. But if you're meeting the hit requirements for multiple obstacles, you can put that damage wherever you want.
Okay, so when we in this case we play a green pair, we can only damage another way in, right? Not
Correct,
the bouncers.
Okay. And the bouncers, this obstacle deals no damage if the plan meets its hit requirements. So it doesn't hurt us if we have a 3 of a kind with a charisma or a straight or better. They also don't have health because another way in, we need to distract the bouncers while we find another way in. When this one's cleared, discard it and bouncers, then draw the next card. So really, we just need to distract the bouncers so that they don't punch us in the face while we try to sneak in the back.
Okay, only these guys, only the bouncers hit us. What should I play?
Are people feeling talkative at all?
Well, I do, as usual.
I don't really
in right circumstances.
I know. I should. This is the bad time. The nomad is the is the leader at the moment.
Nomad is the guy who usually is alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Talks to nobody. You know the deck, so you probably remember how many charisma icons I have.
I do have an idea of how many. I have an Excel spreadsheet somewhere that tells me exactly how many's in each.
Okay, so I'll deal the damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. Crimson Flags.
This works already.
Yep.
There's no. I don't remember what was the icon.
We need a pair.
Stealth. Yeah.
A pair of 8. A pair of another. We need another 8, right, for this to deal the damage.
There's something else.
Yeah.
What's that?
You need any pair. You don't have to have 8s. This deals damage as long as you meet the requirements.
Yep. Yeah.
You may drop 2 5s. It still works.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you're correct.
I feel a little bit talkative, but that
you don't have to be that talkative anymore.
A bit. I don't have to.
No, more numbers is also good. We can make pairs.
We can make pairs, but we can also try to do the straight.
Yeah, we could do a straight or better as well.
Yeah, I will give us more chances to create proper decks and have one slot more.
Okay.
I feel like I can now find another way in at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, then in that case, I'll put out some charisma in case we want to also go for the bouncers.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we play this one.
But we need a triple.
Nice. Okay, so we've got the pair.
7.
We've got the pair of 7s, right?
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 6.
Yep. We don't actually.
Well, if we want,
if we don't want to hit the 3 of charisma, right?
Yeah. Okay, this is what I'll drop.
Nice.
+1 damage, and we make a straight.
5.
Yeah, we want plan size +1.
Yeah, we have the straight.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get why I have cards, because maybe Kasia have some like good cards, and I may like drop my card to say, okay, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, but we
exactly.
still have one slot because I've extended the plan
You do,
time,
yep.
so I can play right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as we already do some damage,
No, do more damage. Do more damage.
Yeah,
More damage,
I
more
will.
damage.
We already
yeah.
have the straight.
I will, because the right circumstances for me to be talkative happened.
Nice.
There's already a 5 in the plan, so I can add +1 damage and also the
1, 2,
charisma symbol.
5, 6 damage.
But we have 2 charisma symbols, and we need.
Very nice. 6 damage. Already halfway done. We also don't take damage because we have a straight, so we beat the bouncers.
Now it's time to drop one card and replenish.
Yep.
I'm the last. Last one. Okay. I don't think I'll be discarding.
Me
Me
either.
either. Damn. Give me a second, because I draw like all the cards.
Oh, no.
22
Wait, here. Let's
instead
see.
of 2.
Did I go back far enough? No, it did not. Okay. I tried to do the
Oh yeah, I'll do it like quick.
all right.
The 3 from the left are the good ones. And I'll just grab the others. Where is my...
Yeah, right there.
Here.
Well, that's your discard, but there you go.
Okay, and I just pushed twice the 2 and it made 22.
Yeah.
I'm here. Sorry for the delay. What will I be dropping? I'll be dropping this.
Nice.
So I draw another card and decide whether I put it. I need to do it this way, right? And I can do it openly, because either I will like discard it or.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll put it in.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, excellent.
So we.
Easy money. Okay. So we need again.
Yeah, so we have plan size +2 now. It's like
the bouncers once again, or they're already distracted?
If we deal 6 damage, we don't.
yeah. If we deal 6 damage, we don't have to deal with the bouncers, but they will hit us if we don't find another way in this round. But I'm pretty confident we'll be able to
find 6
I'm
damage.
pretty sure we can find a way.
I think so.
We have already planned +2. I mean, like, I did nothing
Well, you added
so
2
far.
numbers to the
Yeah,
plan, and
yeah.
both of those can work for another way in. So
Okay. Exactly, sorry. So I did something.
yeah.
And plus we have the icon of the tech icon, and we need tech icon.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys think we can take them in pairs?
Yeah, I think so.
Just drop a
Yeah.
pair or like 6 damage with a pair.
So if
Yeah, don't
we-
worry. I'll drop 6 damage with the pair. Nice,
so
2
if
damage
we
if there's a
hit
pair.
them
Oh
in
yeah,
pairs, we'll have +2 damage.
it's only dealing 1 damage so far. It's the only rat tat I have. I've not used one yet, so there's none in my discard yet.
All right. Do all
that gets us the pair,
rat
so we
tats
are
have
hitting.
the same graphics? Is the art the same on all rat tats, or do they differ?
So the default rat tats, yes. You might see some upgrades later
Oh, okay.
that have different names than rat tat, but count as rat tats, and those all have different art.
Sure. Great. Okay. Do we have any pair? I can see the card. It's
Yeah,
five?
we got a pair of
we
fives
got-
right now.
Yeah, we have
We
a
got
5
two fives.
already.
Yeah,
Pair
so
of
we
five.
have.
We got
Doesn't
3
benefit
damage.
us anyway that we have both a pair of green and a pair of stealth? Because we.
No,
So we have
no,
Oh, okay.
we're already hitting. We met one of the requirements, so we're good to go.
All right.
We have
so
2
what we
damage
do
and 3
now
more
is
cards to go.
let's go for the damage, right? Because we have
Yeah.
Plus there's a pair. Okay, so we have
And
3
there's-
damage right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm finding the way in.
Yeah, nice. Let's give those bouncers some drugs. That's what they want.
It's 3,
6.
4, 6
Yeah.
already. So whatever, anything I drop, actually,
Yeah.
We need to drop 2 more.
I don't
Well,
want it.
you can't drop a charisma card.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's,
we've played all the charisma we could.
If I drop this and I retrieve this card, the game is over.
Yep, it is.
I mean, like the hand is over.
No, because okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
Yeah,
he removed
it
the
is.
card with the +1 on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. Oh
Okay.
wait, but this still has plan size +1.
We have
So you
No,
did put
yeah,
that card into the
you-
plan. So actually, we
This-
do have plan size
yeah.
+1 still.
No, and you removed a 5, so we don't have the pair.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh,
we
okay.
have a,
yeah,
we
you
have
probably
a
so I don't do
clause.
it.
It's
Oh no,
great.
Okay,
we would still
pair
have a pair of 4s. So you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have a pair of 4s. So you're
And
good.
do we have a tech?
Yep,
Yeah, when
yep.
we have a tech. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But we do have plan size +1 because you did put that card into the plan that way. From that card,
Yeah, we have this +1.
3,
Okay.
4, 5. So we do still have to play
Right,
one more
I
card.
forget about this one.
So I need to play, right?
Yep.
Okay. We already have the required damage.
And we meet the requirements. So it's
Yep.
fine.
And no charisma.
And just because Party Favorites is out there, if you ever get in the situation where it's somebody's turn and they have no cards that they can play, either because I don't know they have all charisma and Party Favorites is out, or they have no cards in their hand, the plan automatically executes with however many cards are in there.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so the only one that I can actually play would be this one. Doesn't do anything, just allows me to draw 2 cards. And then I can discard this and replace with one of the drawn cards.
You don't have to if you
Okay.
don't want
Can
to.
this
though.
card get your
I
hand
don't have
above
to, no.
5? Can you have like?
You can, yeah.
Can you have like 6
Yep.
cards?
You do not
Okay.
have to ever discard down to 5. You only draw up to 5.
Okay.
Okay. So you can end up like with 6 or 7,
Yep.
and you don't have to discard.
Mhm.
At
And
the
I
end of
don't.
a round, you discard 1 card, or you may
You may
discard
discard one card. So yeah, you can.
So you can like keep the 6
so
or
if
7.
you get 6 or 7 in your hand, you can just get extra for next round. I know the Rocker has a couple of cards that can draw people cards, so
Yeah.
That can
I
happen.
haven't seen
Okay,
that.
well, there's at least 2 of them. So in the next
Okay.
16 cards, you'll see them somewhere. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll clean up. Get my Rat Tat back here. These are both the Netrunner. That's
This is
Nomad.
mine,
Yep.
and this is also mine. And we drop as many cards as we want.
Yep.
Right? And replenish to 5, and I'll move the token, leader token to Kasia.
Yeah. And this one goes to discard pile.
All right. So now I'm drawing a card. How
Yep.
do you
F. Flip to flip.
F.
flip? Okay. Sorry. Okay, take the next 3 cards and lay them out in front of you in a numerical order. Do not look at the backs. These 3 cards represent a scene. In this case, the bar. Kernel Panic. As a group, decide on a part of the scene you want to investigate. Then flip that card over and follow the instructions on the back. Explore as
Cool.
much as you want, but as with any scene, if you have an objective to do there, might be consequences for wasting time. Remember, you don't know where to go. You can always look at your clues. Okay, so we have the bar, the dance floor, and whatever it is,
Yeah. What do our clues
the
say?
back of the bar. So we need to
bar.
decide which
Okay, let's
part of the club we will investigate.
Well, I'm a rocker,
Not we,
so I want to go
you.
to the scene in the middle.
Let's hit the dance floor.
I'm going to stay out of this.
It doesn't really matter which one you pick.
We're looking
so
for the bikers,
pick any.
and these guys in the middle look like bikers.
That's true.
They look like they want to dance.
They're bikers. Straight from Mad Max.
Well, you fought some bikers.
Yeah, and they fled. One of them did.
I think a piece of the night is the job that we got.
Okay.
We're supposed to sell this thing.
But guys,
Okay, just pick one.
Wait. The pawnbroker said that we need to meet under
The skull painted on
the
the wall.
skull. And the skull
Okay.
painted on the wall is
Oh,
on
yeah.
number
So we
3.
don't have to go to the scene. I wanted to play some music.
Okay.
Look, you can go dance if you want to. Nothing's stopping you.
But why the waste time?
It's not that we don't want to dance. They don't want to dance with us.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we have to, waste time. Let's go to the
let's go.
wall with the skull.
Yep.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
move the scenario on.
Are there any rules
All
that
right.
govern the situation where we can't agree where to go? Is it like the first player is choosing?
Leader token.
We kind of let groups deal with that themselves. If you want to defer to the leader, whoever's the leader can
Mhm.
break a tie. That's kind of how I look at it. But most of the time, people can come to an understanding with each other.
So yeah, it's a
But yeah,
cooperative game.
I'll say if you can't decide, just let the leader choose.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So what do we have here? First contact. A dark corner. A whispered conversation. You found your fence. As a group, decide how to approach him. A. It might be a trap. Go in bold, make him reconsider. B. Calm. If this is a fight, it's one of those where whoever draws their gun first loses. Once you've decided, discard all other cards in the scene and draw the next card. So, we either go loud or go calm.
Well, as usually,
Based on our cards we have.
yeah, I have some
I
charisma.
prefer to go with a bang.
I could talk to them.
You always have charisma.
Yeah.
You're you.
I'd also prefer to go bold.
Bold? Okay.
I'm the solo. Bold,
Okay, you're the leader,
bold is
so-
the only way I go. All right.
All right. All right.
So draw next card. All right.
If you answered A, which we did, draw the next card.
Draw the next card. Someone is drawing for me, but okay. You go in strong. He shows you the cash, a briefcase with more money than you've ever seen. You slide the data deck over to him. He pushes the card your way. He's lost all interest in it. All he cares about is the box in front of him. You turn to go. A hand grasps your wrist. Where's the key? Oh no. The pawnbroker said you'd deliver the key. His fingers twitch. He's thinking about reaching for a gun. You're sure it's taped below the table. We'll get you the key, you say, trying to be cool like the runners in the Wits. He smiles. It's in a heavily guarded warehouse by the docks. Discard the next card without looking at it. Set this card aside. So we have to go to the docks.
Discard the next card without looking at it.
Mhm.
Set
Yeah,
this
it
card
was the
aside.
second
Yeah, that's
option.
part B.
Yep.
And this one should go
Set
here
aside.
Yeah, we'll
as
put it in the
the
Eddie's.
set aside cards.
I'll put it in the Eddie's section because that's
Okay.
why we're having you set it aside. Is because there's a little Eddie
Okay.
symbol on there.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a second, please. I'll adjust the camera because I see it's like in a weird position. Just move it, Kasia, down a bit. Okay, and we are back.
All right,
Okay.
awesome.
So we need to draw another card.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we discarded the one that was our second choice. If we went B, and we go loud.
Okay. Reminder. Whenever you encounter face-up cards in the scenario deck, you don't look at the other side. Complete the fronts and only ever flip them over if something explicitly tells you to do so. Okay.
So this is why this side up.
So we
Discard it and move the new one to the...
what's that? Surveillance state. It doesn't give any damage.
It doesn't do damage. It only has 3 health. You've made it to the docks, but there are cameras everywhere. Disable them. The plan automatically misses if it doesn't contain 2 text symbols. If this obstacle is not cleared in 1 round, flip it. Otherwise, discard this obstacle when cleared and draw the next card.
And you need to play
so
2 pairs or better.
2 cards, 2 pairs or better.
Yep.
What's better than pairs? Actually, everything
the first
except the 1 pair.
I can take care of.
I'm not that of a technical guy, you know. I'm more like into driving. So if we escape, then like you can count on me.
I've seen those cameras before.
You don't run away from cameras. They just you avoid them.
Okay, so
but if we run, they won't record anything.
We don't have to put any damage. We just have to have 2 pairs of different suits.
Yep. Now we need 3 damage.
Even the same suit. 3 damage?
3 damage.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. And 1 pair should be technical.
Well, we only need 2 tech in the plan. We don't even need it to be in the pairs necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, one of the cards from the pairs need to be tech, right? Because there will be 5 cards.
We don't need to have 2 pairs.
Yeah, but there will be 5
if
cards.
If we make only 2 techs, then we
unless you
play
prolong the
next
plan
hand.
somehow.
Well, we need 2 pairs, but we need...
Yeah, let's start with the pairs. Okay?
Okay.
Let's start
you know what?
with the damage.
Yeah, I think it's quite fine.
There's all the tech we need, and there's at least 1 pair.
Okay. And do we have the damage?
I'm not doing the ability. I'm not doing the...
No, we have no damage.
Okay,
actually.
okay.
No. That's a May ability. I'm not going to do that one. The -1.
All right. But I have a second pair.
Oh. When we have 2 pair. We're doing it. We have 2 damage. We just need 1 more damage.
Yeah, we need 1 more damage.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, see?
We have
talked to the camera.
1 damage. We have 1 damage, I'm sorry.
You have 2 damage. We have
no,
damage
we have
no, there's -1 in here.
That's
doesn't work.
You may add 2 muscle to this card.
You don't do the... Okay,
go in, Max.
Just the damage.
Take the damage, or make the damage. Money
we have
talks.
a lot of... we've got a full house.
We have a full house.
We got 4 of a kind now.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
And we have 1, 2, 3 damage, exactly how much we want.
Yeah.
But I have to play another card.
Yeah, any card.
Correct.
Yeah, pick a card.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to go with this.
And you had a pair in your hand the whole time.
We have 5 of a kind.
5 of a kind. Yeah, I think we do it. Excellent. We drew all of our 9s at the same time.
Yeah. So, discard this obstacle when cleared and draw the next card.
Leader token moves. Don't forget to draw back up to 5. I'm actually not going to.
You don't drop as many as you want. You drop up to 5 cards. So if you have 7, you can only drop 5.
Yeah, so if you have more than 5, you can still only draw up to 5, so you don't get to draw. Okay, I'm starting us out here. Talk your way in. A board guard sits at the gates to the docks. Time to convince him to let you in. The plan automatically misses if it doesn't contain 2 charisma. If this obstacle is not cleared in 1 round, flip it. Otherwise, discard this obstacle when cleared and draw the next card. All right.
So exactly the same, only
same
the
deal.
icons are different.
Yep. How talkative is everyone feeling?
You know me.
I know how the rocker's feeling.
I'm a little bit talkative, but I don't think this will help us deal more damage.
How much damage
Okay.
do you need? It's also 3?
Yeah.
3, same card, only different icons.
Well,
then
I'm
I'm
afraid
going to
that
put
when
this out.
Yeah.
1 damage for each charisma in the plan. We only need 2 charisma in the plan. I will say, if the rocker wants to take care of being talkative, because we need at least 1 more, if everyone else wants to punch or be strong, then I can guarantee we hit. But
all right. Okay,
yeah.
so I'll be talkative.
Oh, excellent. Nice. We got some numbers here too. Might not even need to do my plan, but yeah, I can make sure we hit as long as the others are feeling
All we need now are the pairs, right?
Or better than the 2 pairs.
Or better.
Which I might be able to do.
Right, because a straight is better than 2 pairs.
A 3 of a kind is better than 2 pairs.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll drop this.
Oh, okay.
And I'll search my deck for...
Do the aces count as ones or only as the top part of the deck?
We do both. High or low.
Ones and above kings, right?
Yep.
I'm looking for a second deuce, not deuce, for a 2. It is... Oh, I have it.
Oh,
we only need a 4 right now.
Into play.
I think you have 1 left in your deck.
Yeah, I have one more left.
2.
Oh, that's going to do it too. I know which one it is. Yep. There's all our pairs. We've got 3 of them.
Okay. So we're done?
Okay. No, I still need to put my card.
Yep, 1 more card.
But we're done with damage, so it can be any card.
Yeah, we have the damage, yep.
Okay. We have exactly how the damage we need, or we are above it?
We just need to drop a card. Everything is already done. We have 3 damage and we have 2 pairs. So
and we have the 2 charisma, so it's all good.
I would say just drop the card you don't need, but you never know what card you need because
that's
you don't
the
know the script.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, that's why I don't drop any cards. I just draw next one, and if I'm in a situation like you are right
especially that
now,
we don't know the decks yet.
But I have.
Yeah, I'm in the same conundrum.
Oh, very nice card. One that I would like to add here, but this will not allow us to finish. So no. Or maybe wait a second. We have 1 damage.
Just shuffle them,
plus,
drop any random one, and
wait,
you say, "Oh,
1
no."
damage plus 1 for each charisma. So this counts as 1. This counts as 2, 3.
Yep. So we're at 3.
Okay.
Are you going to smile at them?
If I play this one, I can smile at them.
Yes.
Make myself a little bit dumb. So we have -1 damage, but this is a charisma card, so it has +1.
Perfect.
So we have perfect 3 damage.
Very nice. As soon as she started thinking through it, I went, "Oh, I know what card she's got in her hand." She's gonna smile
That's
at
a
the
tricky
guard.
one, yeah.
All right,
Okay,
Rocker is our leader
cards.
again. Yeah, replenish.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just draw up to 5.
So now we're
not
dealing
dropping
with
anything.
the patrol.
Oh, I have.
Okay, so it's still the same.
Yep.
Same stuff,
Handful
but
of guards
now
watch
we
the
need
warehouse.
to.
Stealth.
We need to go
Okay.
stealthy.
Okay. Quick question: what do rules say about looking at the top of the deck? Of this is called events deck, or
the scenario deck, but yeah,
okay.
We just say try not to look at it. But
Okay.
like you're gonna
Because
look at it.
I haven't been looking.
We're not gonna
I
put
think I know what's the next card is based on the icons I see.
we're not going to if something's going to be face up in the deck like that, we're not going to put anything that's too spoilery or like going to ruin it if you do look at it. So yeah.
Yeah, but you can prepare your hand based on the information you see, though.
Technically, you could, yes.
Okay.
It's some sort of a strategy still, so it's okay, I think.
I mean, that's the thing with a cooperative game is like, if somebody really wants to min-max and like do that, if they're taking the fun out of it, they're just taking it out for themselves, and like they're not hurting anyone because by min-maxing you're only helping your whole team. So like, I don't think you're going to make anyone too mad.
Okay, guys. I think I can move in the shadows a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm extremely loud right now.
Guitar, so I'm not stealthy at all.
I can shoot guns. That's about all I can do this round.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
If the Nomad and the Netrunner are feeling stealthy, then perhaps.
Yeah. Or we can just see what happens when we don't make it this time.
It's true.
Then I might
it's
have
gonna be
a
more
backup
difficult,
plan.
probably.
Yeah. What's that? +1 damage for each different suit in the plan.
So I will say, our cards, some of them like this one care about what's already in the plan, and this one cares about what's in the plan when this card is played. So right now it's only one. Yeah.
Okay.
But you could play it as the last card. Yeah. And that would.
I thought that we will check when we check if we're doing any damage.
Well, it's played.
So some cards will just say +1 for each suit in the plan, and that in that case it will still count once played after it too.
Oh, this one says when this card is played. Okay, I didn't read to the end of the sentence. That's the problem.
I wanted to politely say that you just didn't notice, but you just didn't read. Okay, +1 damage.
Yeah.
What's our Nomad has to say about this?
Oh, now me, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go like this.
Oh, nice. Let's see what we get.
We have a draw a card. I'm gonna do it openly.
Nice.
So you can take a quick pick.
So
display.
Importantly, put is different than play. So second story work puts that card into the plan, which means you don't have to meet the play requirement for that card. That can only be played by replacing
so I just can put it without playing it and like discarding this card.
Exactly.
And it still has +1.
But also other abilities won't work, right? Those when played won't be triggered by putting it in the plan.
So most of those cards, they don't say when played. Like so, for example, leap doesn't say. So you know what? That might actually be a playtesting thing. I might have to change the wording on that. I might have to say when this enters the plan or something like that.
Okay,
that might be more appropriate because most cards don't say when played do the ability. So it's just whenever it enters the plan, you do that ability.
Okay.
But that's a good that's a good point on that. I'm actually going to take
this
note
one
of that.
was right now played by the Nomad. The part can only be played by replacing the first card doesn't count because it's being put into the plan, not played. But the +2 damage still counts.
Yep.
So we have 3 damage.
Okay.
And we have 2 icons. So just drop like whatever like.
No, we still need to make 2 pairs.
Yeah, we still need to make 2
we
pairs.
have to still make 2 pairs. Okay, 5, 8, 9.
2 pairs or better. So we have 9, 8, 5.
But we have +1 size of a plan. So.
Yeah.
I can help with one of the pairs.
Are you feeling strong at all? Like punching at all? Because
Well,
if you are,
I do.
if the rocker and the netrunner are feeling strong at all, we can definitely hit.
Well, we already have the damage, so it's
Exactly.
you
Well,
mean punching? Yeah, I
yeah,
can punch
yeah.
I can kick
If
some
you were
ass
to play
tonight.
rock, paper, scissors with
Yeah.
somebody, I would
Okay.
like you to play
I think
rock.
I can punch someone.
Okay, we're
Nice.
fine.
Okay. Then look at this. Boom. One
Oh,
more,
bro.
and we have a flush. It's the solo
So-
specialty, being strong.
Okay. Yeah, that looks like a good
So we
card.
need to-
Right. So I
So-
just play the play the queen.
Excellent.
I've shown
And that's a lot of
before.
damage. So,
That's a lot of
so we
damage for the
definitely do
patrol.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're fine.
All right,
this
awesome.
one goes through
Yeah,
this
we do
card,
it.
and
We
also
have
this
not
one's
had to
fine.
flip a card yet. Yep.
Yeah. This game's
that's all
too
correct. We'll
Don't
see if you
say
say
that
that by
loud.
the
I know.
Well, hey, say it by the
Okay.
end. We do also have a hard mode pack where you can if you want to do a new game plus or something, play through the game
Mhm.
again but harder. You can swap in a bunch of the obstacles for way harder versions of them.
Cool.
I think
Plus,
Okay, so I'll
playing other games, cooperative games that require you not to talk about your cards, but to play as a team, help with playing this game. So we all three of
Yeah,
us
yeah.
we've
are
we've
playing the
played
crew.
the crew a bunch.
okay, yeah, if you played the crew
Together.
a bunch, you have some idea of what you're doing already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Household names. Shit. No one said there'll be 3 warehouses. You have to choose one: left, right, center.
Oh, there are no clues
Choose
about
carefully,
this.
make your choice, then flip. Okay, now we make a choice.
Are you sure there's no clues about it?
Are there? There are only 2 clues.
It's in
I
a
don't know.
heavily
There are
guarded
only 2
warehouse by
clues.
the docks.
Yeah.
Which one is by the docks?
Not the center one,
The
obviously.
right one,
The
because there's
right
a...
one. Yeah, the right one. The right one. It's either a parking lot or a dock. Yeah, it's a dock because you see this
I don't.
this thingy too.
So we choose right,
The
All
red
right.
one.
right?
Pure-
Which is
purely
right.
from
Okay, I flip
the
it.
purely
Right.
from the look of it. Now, I'm going to point one thing
No.
out because it's cool. Well,
Yeah.
you've made the choice. We can flip it. Right is correct. If you answered
Okay.
right, draw the next card or discard the next card. But why don't you guys take a closer look at the art on your clues?
Okay, there's the small tree symbol on the key.
Middle one.
Now, look at the
Middle one for the
key. The pen drive. It has like a little tree drawn on it. Or a club from Cars.
Or
So does the-
you're
so
Yeah,
does
it's
the-
like on the right one.
big cyberpunk heads might
Okay.
recognize the Arasaka logo. It's if you look at the wreckage,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
also
know
on the arm.
anything but Cyberpunk.
Yeah, those. It's so
Yeah, exactly.
small. Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, you can
recognize it's
on the
same
tabletop
logo.
simulator, Kasia, you can use while holding Alt key, you can scroll with the mouse, and it will get much bigger.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Now it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot
So
easier.
we discard next card.
Yep.
Not
Discard
all.
the next card. We do not stumble into the wrong warehouse.
And this is
We're
all
so
here.
good at it.
You are in. Your contact said it would be on an unassuming computer in the back. Now all you have to do is get past the workers. If this obstacle is not cleared in one round, flip it. Otherwise, discard this obstacle when cleared and draw the next card.
Oh,
Okay.
I never.
We just need a straight and for damage.
Just.
And I
Okay,
start.
I assume
I
that the
haven't-
straight that we need is not 1 through 5. It's any
Correct,
straight,
yeah.
right? Okay.
And
Any straight.
or a flush
yeah.
or a full house.
Yeah.
All right. No colors needed.
I didn't.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so
I'm
if we
like,
don't make it, we draw the next card, obviously, but we also get fall damage, right?
Yes. So we don't take
No,
damage.
it has for hit points.
Yeah, it has 4
we
health.
take no,
For
we
life,
take no
for
damage.
health.
All right.
Yeah, we just flip this card over if we don't beat it in one round.
Okay, like we have 3 damage already, so.
Oh,
you
yeah, perfect. We
go
just got to
Nice.
worry about numbers now.
All right.
But we had like only one number.
Okay.
It's kinda in the middle.
Okay. I think I'll give us a little bit more chances to fill in the plan because I will extend it,
Nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
contributing to the
Okay.
straight.
Feeling better.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do. All right. I can't do anything that's right next to those, but I can do one that's one away, and I can go high or low. You want me to go high or low, guys?
Yeah, go low.
You can go low.
All right. Here's a 5.
All right. Okay, so we're almost there. I have a 4. Let's hope for the best.
We have one
Go
space
Nomad.
more, so
Yeah, you can
so
draw
it's Nomad
cards.
and the
we need
net runner.
6.
Yeah, you need to
You
play a
can
6.
go. You can go higher and you can go lower. I mean, in the middle.
No, because this is the last card.
No, it's not. I extended the plan size plus
Oh,
1,
okay.
so we have
Perfect.
6 slots.
4, 5, 6, 8. So we lack 6. And we have one
Or-
more card to play.
2 cards. You play a card, I play a card. So you can go higher if you want. But you can also play in the middle.
+1 damage for copy of Rat Tat in your discard or in the plan.
We
You
don't
have
care-
2
we don't
already,
care about
guys.
damage
Do
right
For-
2, yeah.
You can also
Yeah,
go lower.
maybe we do.
Oh, maybe we do. I see. Yeah, he's
Okay.
considering.
Yeah,
Dropping
dropping
the
the
first
8.
You know
card.
what? You know what?
Okay.
If you drop that, that might not be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
And
because we can
I mean,
also
no,
do
but-
that.
me.
You can add to the plan at any site you want.
Okay, I'll do this. I'm sorry. I just
That's
Okay, this
okay.
doesn't
Okay, we
work.
got to paraphrase.
prolonged the game. So,
It's okay.
but the damage is
If
still.
we can get a-
we still have damage requirement.
Maybe we can put out a bunch of numbers and get a full house still.
4, 5, 7, 5. Ah,
Oh, leave the card.
wait a
Where's the
second.
card?
Sorry, my cat took it because she went on my keyboard when I was hovering over the card. So that's the little hacker. Okay, so now it's my turn, right?
Virus.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes,
the
it
cut
is your
virus.
turn.
So we have a 4, a 5, a 7, and a 5.
Yeah, we don't have to go for the straight right now.
But we can.
We almost have we've got 3 tech. We
No,
almost
that's
could
like
go
2
for
ticks missing.
a flush, but yeah, we're missing 2.
Or a full house.
But we're gonna play an extra card. If you're feeling hacky, if you can hack it all right now, you're feeling
Yeah, I
technical.
can.
We could go for the flush. I think we could hit.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can.
you got the
Okay,
flush right
we
there.
already did.
That's the flush. We did it.
Because
we've
this
got
one
damage.
counts as
Okay.
2 hack cards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But it
All right.
has -1 damage, but we have +1 from the red
Yeah,
tab
but you don't
from the
need to
discard
use
pile,
that
right?
ability.
Yeah, that ability is
yeah,
when
to be
played.
honest,
You
yeah.
may do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we actually
That's
don't need to. In that case, I'm just going to throw this out. Perfect time for me to
Perfect.
get rid of that.
Reason.
We did it.
We did.
Okay.
Which one
All
is
right.
mine?
Look at that.
I can't remember
Mine
my
is
card.
the
Great
one
job,
with the
guys.
plus
I made a plan and
That's
you
fine.
executed
Okay,
That
it.
was
I'll
yours.
take this
Yep.
one.
That's mine.
And yep,
This
those
one's
2 are
mine.
the net runners. Yep.
I think we should be playing our cards in front of our player boards or something like that.
And
Wouldn't it make it easier to grab them back?
Not
Okay.
really. Just grab them from left to right, and like first one on the left, and
Yeah,
go-
but
Yeah.
then you
It's
start
You should
switching
know.
the cards. So.
It does get complicated when the nomad
Yeah.
starts getting rid of cards.
But I'll make empty space and replace it in
All
my
right.
Yeah.
my position.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so
Tasha,
it's me.
you read the card scenario.
Okay, the last one.
No,
Try just
there's
sticking it-
50
There you go.
more.
Sorry. Sorry.
You just hold it too long.
Sorry. Okay, what do we have here? Spoken inarticulation, whatever this means. A room illuminated. Monitor green, flashlight glow. On a single monitor, scroll the words. Behind me dips eternity. Before me, immortality. Over and over and over and over and over and over.
5 more times.
5 more times, yeah.
It's nice touch when the glitch goes like over the,
Oh,
the
yeah,
layout of the
yeah.
card.
We like to do some fun stuff like that. We like to push
Okay,
the
this is
bounds. I can just go there, and we can keep going.
Breaking the fourth wall. Right?
Yeah.
And we draw another one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Gazing back, you start to explore, hacking your way in. That's the way I do it. But something is not right. You feel it. Probing, searching, looking for something human. Pick a number, then draw next card. Pick a number.
Okay, so you have like.
Yeah, it's a Sudoku.
No, don't pick a number. Just it's a like. No, don't pick a number. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's a Sudoku.
Okay.
It's like IQ test.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a 2.
Let her play. No, it can't be a 2.
Yeah, it's
Because
a 2.
there's a 2 in a cross. It's a 4.
No, it's a 2.
No, it can't be
It's
a
a
4.
2.
It can be 4.
So we only...
On
can be
the
a 4. It
space
must be
with the
2.
question mark, it's a 2. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Yeah, but when you look at the crosses, the cross section of the card, yeah, diagonally, then it won't work.
You don't.
But I think you
It
don't.
Okay, but
I think you don't.
It's a 2. It's a 2.
okay, let's
Oh.
pick 2.
Yeah. Wait a second.
What?
Because, like Maida said, the second row would have then 3, 3, 1, 2. So it won't work.
What?
So it has to be a...
No.
No,
It
it
has to
won't
be
be a 4.
a 2 or a 4. And on the other side also needs to be a 2 or a 3. So it's a 2.
Yeah.
If we're not looking
Yeah, it's a-
diagonally, then it's a 2.
Yeah. It's a 2.
Let's see if he failed the test.
So,
IQ test.
then draw the next card. Okay.
Yay!
If you answer 2, draw the next card. Okay. So that goes to the discard.
To the discard pile.
And now we draw. Back to the plan here. Flip. Oh, we have another coin. To the victor, you're through the first set of firewalls. There's something here. Information. Revelation. Hints of some strange off-the-books biz in the playland by the sea. Place this card in your persistent memory, then discard the next card. Persistent memory is here.
Yep.
Persistent memory is going to be a spot in the box for that, where you can put your cards in your persistent memory. That's how we keep track.
Will there be like some sort of a insert plastic or
Yeah.
like paper? Okay.
There'll be a spot in the plastic, at least unless our manufacturer says we can't do that, then we'll figure out another way to do it, like a envelope or something. But I think we can do that from what I know right now. So the persistent memory is how we keep track of what you've done in previous scenarios. So in future scenarios, we can say things like, you can draw a card and it'll say, if you have whatever card in your persistent memory, do this. Otherwise, do.
Yeah, this is
persistent
much
memory
better
for a
than
card. If you
writing,
have it
writing
like
some keywords or something like that. This.
Yeah,
I like this one
we wanted
much more.
we wanted to streamline it so you didn't have to like bookkeep, like write down everything you've done. Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so we discard this card.
Yep. Oh wait,
Okay.
yes, yeah, it says it on
Because it
to the
says
picture.
so.
And this one is
So
the
this
next
one
card,
goes to
so
this card.
we don't use it. Okay.
And this one. We flip. Something's wrong. Hack done, but the thrill of getting in is replaced with apprehension. You can't place it, but you can feel it. Something's very, very wrong. You listen. Boots running, hydraulics, a shout, a rattle. Just in time to leap back. The door explodes inward. Somewhere, someone must have tipped an alarm.
Not me.
You're going to have to fight your way through. Okay, let's fight.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Oh, I didn't draw back.
Oh,
Reminder, when the plan executes against multiple targets, you can hit any of the obstacles that you need to hit requirements for. Okay, so we already had this kind of a reminder.
Yeah, this is just a reminder.
In the past, yeah. Then you can review up the damage. Draw the next 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And we flip all of them, right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we have guards. They don't look happy to see you. We have a spider tank. You're just not shooting your way out through that. Better find another way to disable it.
All right, let's
And
see if
then
you
we
can
have a
keep saying
repair
it's
team.
easy after this. Let's see.
The repair team
good
is for the
gracious,
tank.
like 13.
At the end of each round,
So
remove
much
3 damage
damage.
from the spider tank.
Yeah, the
spider
repair team
tank
will
is
be
cleared, discard.
Okay,
Out of,
we
like,
need to.
Yeah, but if
Primary
we clear
target
the
for-
spider tank, they will disappear as well. So we have
Yeah.
to focus on
You
the
could try to do
spider.
we could
But we
try to
won't
do
be able
13
to-
damage in one round.
Yeah, this seems hard to do.
We're taking 5 damage each round. We're out of the
5
tutorial
damage.
now. You've played
So
through
yeah,
deck
I
one.
can see that.
Okay. Okay.
If I may say so, I am of no help at this plan at all. The cards I have.
I've got a lot of numbers, so
Alright.
I can throw out a lot of numbers, and hopefully that'll help us.
Well, I can talk to the repair
If you
team.
need symbols,
if you
I'm your
want to.
guy, but like,
Okay, so we need to take down the spider tank that has 13 health, and we need a 3 of tech.
Brave
Or
kind
a
of tech,
flush.
yeah. Or flush or better.
And
So
for
a
the
flush would hit
guards, the
everything
guards
if we got a flush, or a full house would hit everything.
Mm.
Yeah. The repair team doesn't hit us, it just repairs the tank.
Yep.
The guards will give us 2 damage. I would focus on the spider tank.
I would focus on the guards because we can take them out in like one turn, and we won't have to think about them anymore. And the tank will just keep being repaired all the time.
Yeah, and then we won't take 2 damage every round, too. That's 2 less damage we're
Yeah.
taking. I say we go for the
Okay.
spider
we
So
tank.
can't
Let's
be
do
like
it.
18.
Let's get the
As
spider
I'm
tank in one round.
the leader of this round, I would suggest to go for the spider tank. Of course, if you want to hit the guards, we will hit the guards. I will throw something that will allow you to do both,
Oh,
and
okay.
it will allow us to
Okay.
prevent some damage.
Excellent. I'm not feeling particularly quiet at the moment, so I'm going to do this. Just a lot more not a lot more damage, a lot more numbers to make more pairs with, or possibly a straight to hit the guards. Yeah. Now, Bullet Ballet does deal damage immediately. Things that deal immediate damage, it kind of ignores the to hit requirements because it does that damage right when that triggers.
Okay. So
So it
it will
doesn't
hit
matter
them
if
by
it hits.
This
3
will
and 2
work when
if
they
we
will
don't-
hit us. When they will hit us. it will prevent those damages and then hit back.
Yeah, but we need more stealth icons for this to work better. Okay. Yeah, I just go for the guards.
2 pair, okay. So we're hitting
we
guards.
already have 2 pairs, right?
Yeah,
We
2
need
pair.
a 5 to hit the tank.
You could also get now a 5 or a 3 would give us a flush or a full house, which would hit anything.
Yeah, because full house is better than flush.
Well,
Right.
stealth, any stealth is also helpful right now because of bullet ballet. So
Okay, I'm just gonna drop this and discard it.
okay.
It's like really,
Well, that's okay. That means it'll get back to me, and that's actually great. I can do some damage that I didn't want to do before because I didn't want to prevent the rocker from being able to do anything.
That was my plan all along.
But I think as we have still spaces in the plan, I can be a little bit more stealthful and I can
and a full house.
add to the full house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, great. Now here's what I didn't want to play before the rocker went.
Thank you.
Okay.
So perfect that I got to play that last.
Yeah, we still have 1 more card to play. No, that's the last one.
No, that is the plan, and we deal 5 damage initially. We can hit any of them. Are we hitting guards? Is that who we want to hit? Yes.
Well, if we hit the spider tank, this will be only like 2 damage, right? Because
exactly.
we'll get 3 pairs. Yeah, so let's go for the guards.
For the guards.
All right. And then they deal damage. We take 3 of that because we prevent 2 of it. And then we deal 2 more. So 2 more to the guards, I assume. Get them 1 away from dying. Seems good to me.
And when will the spider tank heal itself?
So it heals
after the additional damage?
Yeah, so technically, the repair team does its ability right now, but because there's no damage on Spider Tank, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and next turn we can split the damage, right? If we meet the conditions for 2 cards, we can split the damage. Okay.
It's a 7 for this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So draw cards, right?
Yep.
Up to 5.
And I'm still the leader because they are still not.
Yep. You get to be our fearless leader for this whole fight.
Sounds like fun. Okay. So we need tech to take down the spider tank. And we need stealth and muscle to take down the guards.
Yeah, if we go for full house, we can just hit them both.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the suits are if we go for a full house. I will say I have a lot of numbers this round as well, so
I can talk to them.
Talk to a tank. That's a great idea.
Sweet talk that tank.
Talk to the barrel.
Okay, I will maybe start with extending the plan.
Nice. Well, then in that case, here's a pair and some more numbers. I drew both of my percussive maintenances in a row.
All right. So here's another pair.
Nice. That'll hit guards.
Yeah. And I'll give the cards to the Nomad because this may work.
That's very good.
Mieszko, you seem to not have any good cards at all this game. Maybe
So
they're not in the deck.
It's not even they're not good, like they're far away from your numbers. So,
So you drew 2 additional.
I don't know. What is we need? We want to kill the guard, and
we're already killing the guard. We have no damage at all. And we still need to
have no
don't-
damage.
we need a 5 or a 2 to hit the spider tank. Because that will be a
Full
full
house,
house, right?
yeah.
A 3. Or a 3. We need a 3
But,
of...
like, we have
tech.
2 more cards. We need to hit like a lot of damage to the tank.
If you have a 5, then
Otherwise
we'll
he'll heal
have a 3 of tech that will meet the criteria for hitting the spider
It
tank.
can also be a 5, any 5. With
any
damage.
5.
Yeah, I know. But it's gonna heal itself up by 3. So we need to put at least 4. I'm wondering, and we need 3 for this guy. We're not gonna do this. No.
If you have a
I
5,
need to do this, and it's like just a
Great.
5 with the 1 damage. Not much.
we have a full
But it's
house
something.
right
Yeah,
now.
we have a
3
full house.
5s and 2 twos.
It's getting back
So
to
we
me,
can
and I can
hit
at least. I can do some damage if it gets back to me. Well, yeah, after you, it'll get back to me. Yeah. I think together we can do some damage.
Yeah.
We have
could.
plan +1.
We have met the criteria to hit both the guards and the spider tank. Now we need to go for the damage. And I think I can do it like this. I will add 2 damage, and
Nice.
I will discard a tech card from my hand.
I will deal another 2 damage.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So we have 1 damage for the guards and then 4 more, I think.
Yeah,
we
because
have
it's
5
5 total, right?
Yep. So we can get rid of the guards so they won't deal damage to us. Then we got 4 more to deal. If we deal that to the tank, they'll heal 3 of that.
Can we get rid of the
because that
crew?
will be like 1 damage to the tank.
Yeah.
I'd go for the crew.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go for the repair team. Okay.
What do they? Oh, they need
Can we hit them?
charisma.
They need 3 of
Charisma to hit them. I like him. All right, one more card for me. Okay.
Top up. And once again. All right. So right now we need tech for the spider tank and charisma for the repair team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can drop a card.
I can.
If you've got some tech, if you're feeling really techy, we can do a lot of damage to the tank. I'll show you how.
The abilities of putting a. I have a question. The abilities of putting a card to the plan, do they count to the plan size?
If it puts a card into the plan and doesn't say plan size +1, it does not add to the plan size.
So if we have right now 5 slots, and someone would, as a 5th card, would play a card saying like any other player, or put additional cards into the plan, we can have then 6 cards in the plan?
It would not extend the plan size, but if you played the card that you have in your hand, if you play that last, it can cheat another card out into the plan.
Okay.
And you will go last currently.
Yeah,
so that actually works out really well.
Okay. So let's maybe start with I'm feeling quite techy.
Quite techie seems good for what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Let's
start
check it
with the
out.
damage.
Okay.
Nice. I feel like the only thing I can do at the moment is punch. So I'm just going to make a pair. But maybe the rest of you are feeling technical. Who knows?
Okay. Let's try this out.
Because if we can get a flush, which if the Netrunner is able to play 2 cards, we might be able to get a flush of tech. Should be a lot of damage too.
One, 2, 3, 4 damage right now.
Mm-hmm.
If we go for a flush with the what?
Well, if you play another tech, it will increase the damage and it will count to the flash.
Yep.
So
if you have something that needs to discard a
both.
card, you can always get rid of my sparring if you need to discard a card.
Yours is here, right? No, here. You're sparring.
Yeah, that's this one.
Okay, so get rid of it, please.
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely. No.
That's
like
great.
We have nothing.
Yeah, but we have nothing.
No,
now.
I apologize
we're going
for having
a flash
no tech.
Now, right?
Yeah, we're going for a flash.
So that card you have in your hand, you could play that and use it to play 2 cards. Because if we can get 2 tech in there right now, we'll have a flush.
I'm not sure we're talking about the same card, but yeah.
choose a player. That player may immediately put a card from their hand into the plan. Yeah.
You can
choose yourself.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, you're our hacker, so I'm gonna say I'm thinking if anybody's feeling technical, it's probably you.
I've done all the tech I've had the whole game.
So the rocker doesn't feel technical.
No, not at all.
I don't.
Technical. And the solo probably also doesn't feel technical.
No.
I have a dilemma right now because I'm not sure if I can play this card.
You absolutely can. That's incredible that you have that card in your hand. So that can only be played if you discard a pair from your hand. You're not playing it, though. But you're cheating it out with 2,600. You're putting it into the plan.
Okay.
So that's incredible. I was really hoping you had that card in your hand. I was not sure. That's awesome.
I wasn't sure if this will not count when I put it. So, yeah. Okay, so we have a flash, and we
10
have
damage?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage given by this card.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
this one,
6th. Sorry, by this one.
Yeah.
This is 6.
Yeah.
Plus 4 from your king.
It's 10.
That's 10 damage.
10 damage.
Our repair team.
Well, it's a good round.
Okay.
We could go straight for tank. That would be 7 damage on tank afterwards, which means we'd only have to do 6 next round to it. Or we could be safe and get the repair team into.
Let's go for a tank.
Yeah,
the repair team has 4 damage right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we still need to
it would
9.
It would be this, or we could kill the repair team and pull 1 damage on Spider Tank.
No, let's go for the tank.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm always down. Spider Tank deals another 3 to us. We're still looking good. We got 4 whole turns left. Oh, I stole that from you.
I think I'll discard. Okay, I won't.
Eyes everywhere. Who was that? Was that
That's mine. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it was you. Okay. Yeah, that's what you started with.
Okay. I can't help. I won't help you at all this time. Well,
kill the strong one and everyone else will disperse.
Okay, maybe I will.
Tank.
Okay. Let's see.
How talkative is everyone feeling?
Guys, and did the tank hit us? Yeah, we got the damage from the tank, right?
Yeah.
We took it. Yeah.
Okay, so once again, we tech for the tank and charisma for the repair team. I don't feel very talkative.
Well, we can ignore the repair team if people aren't feeling very talkative.
No.
If you can kill the tank, they will just run away, right?
Yeah.
And I specifically said, if you can kill the tank.
I will start with the possibility to extend our plan if we do a straight.
Well, that's going to be as much as I can help with moving towards that, or just more numbers to pair with.
If you want to pair, we need 3 of a kind.
Yeah.
How many damage we need to make? 6.
Yeah.
6 damage.
Yeah.
And we're only doing 1.
Well, at least 4 damage will keep it positive. At least 4.
At least 4, you see? Okay. But will we get damage also?
Okay.
That's a pair.
Yeah, I mean that is indeed a pair. If it gets back to me, I can make sure we get. Oh no, wait, never mind. I can't make sure we get a full house yet. Not yet.
Eight, 10, 10.
Yeah, and we will get a 6 card if you make it a straight, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. But
Straight.
we have to make a straight.
We need a for the tank.
3 more.
Okay, so if I play this.
Oh,
Okay, that is a straight.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10.
And
Yeah.
this counts as any.
Well, we don't need a.
Any suit if used in the flush or a straight flush.
But
so
we don't
it's
need a
both,
straight flush. It doesn't matter.
We already have a straight,
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. So we have +1 in the plan.
Yeah, but
Straight.
but straight is not enough to hit the tank
That's true.
because tank needs a flush or better.
So full house. So if you can make pairs and stuff
Tank-
right now, I can make
Tank
pairs.
needs a 3 over tech.
Yeah, and we
Yes.
don't have
And
that.
we have,
Or a flush or
have a
better. So
pair.
we could.
but that's right now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can make a 3.
All right. Okay, so we're hitting the
Nice.
tank
Okay.
for 3.
We're hitting the tank.
Yeah, and now our solo
Oh.
needs to deal the damage out.
And you guys were concerned that we weren't dealing very much damage, that you couldn't be talkative. I see 2 charismas in there. Check this out. There's 3 more damage.
See, you can talk to the tank. It is possible to talk the tank to go out of the
The
business.
body
Yeah.
electric. I'm flirting with the tank. Okay, I think we
Just-
hit it. Is that 6
One,
damage? Yeah,
two,
that's 6 damage.
3
Hi.
and 3. That's 6. Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, we did it.
You just blow him a kiss. Blow him.
Okay, this card needs to go aside. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
Set that sort of
here.
card aside. Yep. I'll just put it right here so we know how many
Oh.
eddies we have set aside. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, so
I'll just put it there so we see 'em all.
first player token goes to you,
Leader, not first player. The leader token.
the leader.
Mama.
All right. Talia, bike courier. Come with me if you want to live, she says, laughing as bullets whistle through the dark. You have no idea who she is, how she got here, or what she wants with you. But she's there, and she's got a fast ride. Given your alternative, you figure you can ask questions later. The pawnbroker sent me to pick you up, she yells over the screaming rush of the city. It's why I have the sidecar, she says, as if it's the most important detail. He figured you'd need a ride out of there. He says you got something he wants. Is it the key? I think it's the key. He asked me to bring you right back to him. Did you get it? He said he thought you'd get it. I said I thought he'd be sending me to bring back a sack of meat. Glad you're alive, though. How'd the pawnbroker know we'd be there? Because that's where the key was. You can almost hear the eye roll. Clearly, that should be obvious. You ask if you should drop the key off with your contact. She says she's pretty sure that's a hard no. You stop asking questions. She blazes through the night.
Well, the real question is, how did we fit on the bike, the four of us?
Well, she's got the sidecar.
She has a sidecar.
Maybe it's a big sidecar.
It has to be a very big sidecar.
I took like breathe in to like hide my belly.
Yeah.
Everybody did actually.
A skidding stop, a bootlegger's turn. You're outside another seedy pawn shop. The pawnbroker appears at the doorway. Congratulations, he says, looking you up and down. You still have all the important bits. Hope you enjoyed a slow day in Night City. Tomorrow we have some real fun. But right now, we celebrate. He kicks open a mini fridge and throws you each a can labeled in what someone thought looked like Korean. You ask about the other shop. The pawnbroker waves a hand. It was a friend's. I need a new place of business, and he needs some insurance money. Now, on to things of import. You have the key? We got it, you say gruffly. Shouldn't we be taking it back to your guy at Colonel Panic? He laughs. I wouldn't do that. He's going to be rather pissed with you when he realizes that box you gave him was a fake. Not good for much other than listening in on conversations. Good for finding keys. Very good for finding keys. Now, since you're all in one piece, rummage around, take what you need. I have a feeling we'll be working together for a while, so I'll let you have it on credit. And with that, we get to upgrade our decks. We open Upgrade Pack 1. Remember how we had you set aside all the cards with this symbol on them?
Uh-huh.
Boom.
With the credits.
These open Upgrade Pack 1. These cards are now part of your upgrade pool, but nothing's free in Night City, so you have to spend your eddies. Basically, everybody has. We got all possible eddies, and the big one on this one counts. So we have 4 eddies to spend each. I still have not updated the upgrade pack in Tabletop Sim, so Fire Walk with Me should cost 3,
All right.
not 2.
Yeah, so the cost is at the top, right? The number of triangles is the cost?
Yep, absolutely. The key symbol that's on this guy, that means there's a special requirement to add this to your pool. Now that you understand that, add Tommy Newport to your upgrade pool only if you have recognized Set Aside, which we do not.
Oh.
So we missed Tommy Newport. We didn't get to meet him. Perhaps in future decks
cool.
there is a
I mean,
way.
not cool, but
And well, in the next couple decks too, there may be other ways of encountering Tommy Newport.
Okay, so he's not like out of the game.
Cool.
He's just not available at this moment, right?
Yep. Correct. So you'll notice we also have permanents here. Some of the cards don't have that bar on the side like your player cards do. Those cards have the exert or exhaust symbols on them. We don't have any consumes in Upgrade Pack 1.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you buy something like Fire Walk with Me, that starts outside of your deck. You don't have to swap any cards out for it. You can just use it on your turn when you play cards.
Okay.
and it like turns back after the hand, right?
So the exert ones, the ones that you turn, it means they can be used once per obstacle. So after the obstacle, you get to unturn it, unexert it. I'm trying to get out of saying tap. I play Magic the Gathering, but I'm like, I can't say tap. It's tap is a trademark. I can't say that. Yes. Okay. So, and then exhaust is you flip it over and you can use it once per scenario.
You can always say you tap.
Yeah.
No, you just tap, tap the card. It should
be. Okay, so we have
four. Okay, so exhaust is till the end of the scenario. That's a lot.
Yep.
Once per game, actually, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Unless you like splitting the scenario into
how do we spend those eddies? Every one of us has 4, or we have 4 for the whole team?
Each of us has 4.
Okay, but the cards are just one copy of each.
Yep. Unlike something like Arkham, we have one copy of each card because we want we want the upgrades to be more unique. You know, we don't want there to be one specific powerful card that everybody wants to take a copy of.
And then everybody takes a copy and it's very powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it lets us make more powerful cards. If there's only one copy of each card, we can make something that's a little bit overpowered and have it still be fun. But if there's more than one copy of something that's a little bit overpowered, everybody's going to get that card.
Oh.
I want this one.
That's what I wanted to say. This one looks like one for you.
Yeah.
No, but like it's not only that you pick the card with a cool.
I will take this one.
Straight light run.
Yeah, this one is great.
It's not that you want to pick a card with a great rule, but you also have to mind the numbers. For example, this one is a king, and I have a lot of high figures, which you don't.
Yeah, but this one swaps one card for 3, so it's just plus 2 cards, right? It doesn't matter that it has no symbols and no value.
Yeah.
Yep. And
but through the game, you all been playing like low cards, and I had high values. I would
give this one,
and I couldn't enter the game properly.
I would give this one to Mieszko because this way he won't have to play anything. He'll be just doing.
It also makes sense to have more than one person to extend the plan.
Yeah,
to be honest.
That's
I was thinking about this one, but I'm liking. I have a card which says, "You will know the game."
Yeah.
Oh, give me a second. You will know the game. You will know the cards I have in my deck, like from the beginning. I have a card that says, "Discard face cards, like king, queens, deuces." And each one makes 2 damage, like right now. And you didn't drop any through entire game, I suppose.
Yeah, there were some
one
kings
showed
and
up.
queens. I played the queen, I know.
Yeah.
One showed up and I said, okay, it's not the time.
We'll see. That's also one of the times you could, that's one of the times where communication can come in handy, because there are ways to communicate that you want people to drop face cards without outright saying who has face cards in their hand. My favorite way that people often do it is, you can do that. You can also, I have people often go, who's feeling royal right now? Anybody feeling like royalty at the moment? Or let's face down this obstacle right now. Come on. Which once you get into further decks and you play together more, it becomes easier, because like once you've played that card one time, people know that you have that card in your deck, and once you start implying that you might want them to play face cards, they're like, oh, I know what he's gonna do. I'll play my face card so that, and then he'll get rid of it and kind of reset the plan.
Do the rules describe the situations we are having right now? I mean, like, can we talk about what will I pick to the deck and what I should? Like, I'm asking, like, you are lacking the king, the face cards. Maybe somebody will pick it. Can we do this in the game?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Totally.
Okay.
You can totally pick apart your decks. You can min-max it as much as you want. You can be like, I actually don't have that many 4s, so I should take this one. And I mean, obviously this one, it's a copy of Rat Tat, so I should probably take it as the solo. But also, it counts as Rat Tats do damage for Rat Tats in your discard or in the plan. So if we all pick up Rat Tats in the future, we could potentially hold them in our hand until we get to an obstacle, and then all play Rat Tats and have them do a crazy amount of damage. But
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is an obvious choice.
Right.
I think. We all have cards that play off the suits, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would pick this one up. Just to have anything to play. Just be useful once in a while.
Well, you can also pick this one up, to extend the plan. To have someone else than me to extend the plan. It's better than...
It only depends on whose turn is it, because maybe I want to play cards. Maybe the 3 that extends the plan is like, maybe people will drop the queens, and then I will put my card that does damage. That depends, actually. So somebody should take the +3 plan, because like a very powerful card, obviously.
Yeah, that was my first choice, but then you are right that it's good that other people than the Netrunner
I sit across of you, so I'll take it. I'll take it because I sit on the other side of the table.
This is often the conversation
the one with
is like, do you want to specialize more into what you're already specialized into, or should other people grab that?
I like this one.
Let me.
I should also mention this to you guys because you're a Polish channel. I don't know if you saw, but we did hit our localization stretch goal. We're gonna localize for our like top 5 countries for backers, and Poland is one of them. So we will be localizing to Polish.
Wow, that sounds
that
great.
Oh, that's great.
Will it be fully localized? Every card will be translated, or just the rulebook or something like that?
I believe every card. That's the plan.
Sounds really good.
That's what we want to do. We want it to be as playable for as many people as it can be. And so, I know right now we have Polish, German. What else do we have? Polish, German, French. That's what I know at the moment. Polish, German, French. Oh, and Spanish, I believe. Yes.
Spanish is like a second language in the world.
Yeah.
But German, French, and Polish are like the biggest in Europe.
Well, and especially for like
apart from English,
especially for board games. If you're making a board game, you can basically expect one of your highest European countries to be German. Poland's probably right after them, but Germany's like the biggest for board games.
Yeah, that's why they have Essen. And
yep, exactly.
The great event. What happens if I like use up all the cards when the deck ends? I just reshuffle?
Yeah. If you get through your whole deck, all you do is reshuffle your discard. Keep going.
If it's not like a spoiler, like are the scenarios designed so the deck doesn't end or not?
Oh, what do you mean? Like your?
Like for example, none of us ended up the deck, right?
I did.
We didn't use up all the deck.
I did, but that was because I probably discarded more cards than you did when I had the opportunity to.
You can discard the cards.
Yeah,
I didn't discard the cards because I wanted to know them.
Well,
better.
and it's your first time playing the game. It's hard to say which cards are good or not.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I played the game hundreds of times, so I know which cards I want to discard every round.
I forgot you can discard the cards, and I wasn't because I wanted to get to know each and every
one. Here,
one.
I'm going to give you guys another little sneak peek. I did not mean to combine all of those, but that's fine. I'm going to upload deck 3. It's my favorite deck.
I took a upgrade card in here, so
it doesn't like he can reset the game. But...
Yeah, I can. Well, if I get you guys in, if we play through deck 2 or something sometime, I can get you guys in and we can all buy upgrades. We know that we got 4 upgrade points. We can always buy them at the beginning of the next round.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do want to show you guys, in case we don't get to play through more right now, I want to show you guys my favorite of the 4, because we hit the million. So we hit the stretch goal where it will be 4 scenario decks in the base game box.
So anybody who's watching this right now, this is a spoiler alert. We will get to know some stuff like from the game, from the second scenario.
This will be from the third scenario because it's my favorite. And it won't be super spoiler. I'm just going to show you the setup for it because I want to show you guys how much we can do with a deck of cards because we really wanted to push the mechanics of a scenario deck. Because you got to see the sort of linear kind of first deck, it's showing you how to play everything, but it's all very linear and in order. We don't have to do things linear. So after the first few cards here, you get a couple setup cards here, plans and floor plans, and this one. It says to lay out the following 25 cards. I'm going to get rid of these snap points in Tabletop Sim real quick so that I can actually lay these out. We are going to have a TTS, a Tabletop Sim version of the game too. We hit a stretch goal for that. That's going to be nicer than what we have here. This is the Tabletop Sim version that I threw together. But yeah, so it says to lay out the next 25 cards, and it makes a whole blueprint.
There's too much movement on the monitor, and I have to guard because she really wants to grab the cards as well.
But yes, so deck 3 becomes a dungeon crawl, basically. You get a layout of a whole obstacle, and you can move from card to card as you move through the facility that you're infiltrating. And I will stop here because you get the idea. But yes, it makes a whole blueprint here. And we have you start at the top row, and you flip cards as you move through it and explore the facility. You can explore as much as you want, and see what you can find.
And here we don't
and you
have
can
to
always
go
like
linear.
next time you do it, because why not?
Yeah.
You can like put people in a different space, like start from 15, for example, because they picked something like early on the way.
Yeah, especially in future decks.
You don't have a key. You have to use a force.
Yeah.
There's a window opened or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot we can do. Deck 2 is like more of a investigation. It's less combat focused, and you're kind of looking for somebody and like going to different locations that you get to choose
And
from.
the team decides which location they want to visit.
Yep, exactly. And it's deck 2 is interesting because I see it played a lot of different ways, because you kind of choose how many places you go to. You kind of get to choose if you think you're taking too long or not. You can like end the investigation at any time. So I've seen people go to like every single location and take a long time going and looking at every little detail. And then I've seen people go to like 2 locations and then go, I think we're taking up too much time. We got to end it right now. And so I've seen that deck go many different ways. So it's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would do all the side quests, but knowing Mieszko and Majza, they would say like, yeah, let's just go for the main task and get out of here.
Right on.
Yeah, like we have a mission to make.
Yeah.
To achieve. My thoughts. I love the game. I can't wait until it shows up. I enjoyed the deck building card games. Majza is also, I suppose.
Right on.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun.
I love that the rules are easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have to read like a very long. I don't know how long the rule book is, but I didn't have to like waste 40 minutes on like
just going through the
introduction.
That was our biggest thing, was like if one person reads the rule book, which we keep the rule book pretty tight. It's like 20 pages, and like a couple pages of that are, like glossary and stuff like that. So we keep the rule.
What's inside and set up and stuff.
And we try to make it look nice, so there's a lot of pictures, so it's not 20 pages of all text either. We tried to make it really quick to set up and learn. If one person knows the rules, if one person watched a video or read the rule book, they can probably teach everybody else in 5 minutes. The other thing we do, which I think is pretty neat, is there's a lot of rules that don't come up until later scenarios. Like we introduce new rules later, but we don't put all those in the rule book because there's no reason to put a bunch of rules in the rule book that you don't need to know when you start playing. So instead what we do is you encounter cards like, actually I can just
there were some rules here. They had rules.
Yeah, so in deck 3, when you first encounter lingering effects, like this card here, this card shows you what lingering effects do. So as you encounter new rules, you'll get new rules cards that you can then put aside and reference later if you need to remind yourself what they do. But this way,
that's great because you don't have spoilers in the rule book.
Well, yeah, you don't have spoilers in the rule book, and also I don't have to dedicate a bunch of pages.
You get to learn faster.
You get to learn faster. This way you don't have to, you're going to have the person that wants to pour over the rule book and know all the rules right away. It's going to take way longer to do that if I give you a bunch of rules that you don't need to know right now. It's just a bunch of useless information. So we save it for later. Yeah,
that's a great approach.
It's the same as
that's something
they did in Arkham Horror, right? There's the quick start rule book, which you use the first time you encounter the game, and then you have to learn all the keywords and stuff.
Yeah, and then they give you the more complicated stuff. Yeah.
The rule book for Arkham Horror is 32 pages. I know it because I've been through it like last week when I was playing. 32 pages of like very, very, very like
but you don't need to read through it all to start playing.
And you get more on the way.
Well, and that was one of our biggest, we love Arkham Horror, but like it's hard to get our friends that aren't as like super into board games to play Arkham Horror because it's like, okay, we need to spend half an hour just setting everything up. Gotta get all the rules. Here's the 32-page rule book that I'm gonna have to go back and reference and say, yeah, exactly.
Like I don't know where Maiza will position Kasia. Where will he position Kasia on the video? But it's Kasia. Like told her here, like four books of cards. Yeah. Like pick your
four.
Yeah, exactly.
You had like 6 books of cards, and he didn't create a deck for me. He said, "You have to know what's in your deck. You should create your own deck."
Yeah.
And I was like,
James
don't know. Yeah, what would be useful? Just create a deck for me.
James has this big wooden box with all of his Arkham cards, all nice and organized and stuff. That's also why in the first couple scenarios we don't have the deck building like in the initial box because we want people to start with the
standard decks.
With the standard decks because it's easier to get going and also a lot easier to balance. We're working on the rules for deck building right now, and boy, when it's like playing cards, like our rules make it so hard to balance deck building because it's like, well, you have to stop players from just, well, I'm going to take every 5 that's in the game and add all of those to my deck. And now every time I play the plan, I make 4 of a kind because we have all these 5s in our deck. It's complicated, but it's
easier to create your deck if you already know the game. But when you play the first or the second time and you would need to create a deck, you don't really know what you would actually need. And to be honest, through this game that we've played, I started to understand what those cards do. I wouldn't understand that while just reading through them. Yeah. I had to see how they work in action, how they combine with the cards from the other players. So now, playing for the second time, I would for sure make some better choices, or if I would need to build my own deck, I would know what to look for.
Yeah,
but it's not possible for a person who plays for the first time.
And you get rid of the entry blockade, which is like you have to learn like 600 cards before you play the game. So like I know it's 30 or 40.
Well, I mean,
is it like good option?
It's like trying to get somebody into playing like Magic the Gathering, you know? If you don't have like a pre-made deck for them to play with and like kind of learn the rules and stuff, you just go play Magic with me, build a deck. It's like, okay, dude, there's 20,000 cards.
Exactly. For me, for example, building a deck is like maybe not half, but a lot of the fun of the game.
Oh, yeah.
But you already know the game.
Prior to the game, actually. Yeah, I do.
And we totally want to get players like you, who that's like a big part of the game is building that deck. We want to give you that later in one of the future expansions. This one's hopefully the one to get like everybody into it, and then after this you can start deck building more. And that's not to say you couldn't deck build for this one either. Once the deck building rules are out, you could totally take apart all these decks and build your own decks with the cards. Totally something you could do. But yeah, we've tuned these decks pretty closely at this point. I've been testing with them a lot and balancing them, and they are fine-tuned at this point.
Right. I really liked that we actually didn't have to spend a lot of time to explain the rules. We just started to play right away, actually.
Yeah,
that's It made it really nice that like I went to Gen Con this year and we did a bunch of demos, and we did like hour-long demos, and it was awesome that only 5 minutes or so of our hour-long demo is learning the rules, and the rest is playing it. And occasionally you'll ask about a rule or what, like how does this card work or whatever, but other than that, like the rules already, you're good to go.
And you learn in combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's first scenario is probably some sort of a tutorial how to get the rules, how to get the cards to combo or to match.
Yeah,
but still, using the poker references also helps because this is something people probably know. Most of the people know.
Well, and especially after Balatro came out last year, we were in the middle of playing, and then Balatro came out, and everybody was playing Balatro, and we were like, oh, well, this has taught a bunch of people that didn't know poker hands before. They all know poker hands now thanks to this game. So shout out to Balatro for doing a bunch of tutorializing for us.
Well, still it's good that you did remember to put the reference card of how the poker hand works.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not everybody knows.
How long did we play? Which is better, yeah? If the 3 is better than the straight, or the straight is better than the 3, that helps.
How long did we play? An hour?
I think maybe it was an hour and a half to 2 hours, I think, after we got started.
I agree.
Somewhere in there.
We talked a lot about the game, the rules, the explanations, and so on. Are those scenarios like second, third, and so on like the same length, maybe?
So they are, or like they're at least the same length. The second one usually takes the longest for people because there's a lot of discussion in that one on like where should we go, should we end, what do these clues mean? So that one usually has a lot more discussion. So that one usually takes closer to 3. In my experience, usually about 2.5, 3 hours. But I've seen it take, I saw it take 45 minutes one time because, like I said, I've seen people who go to like 2 locations and then go, I'm worried we're taking too long. We got to stop now. So deck 2 ranges a lot, but that could be the longest one if you spend a lot of time in it. Deck 3 is usually about 2 hours. Deck 4 is around 2 hours too. It really depends on the group. Some groups don't discuss much and they're on the same wavelength, so they just kind of blow through it. Some groups, when they come to like decisions, they take a couple minutes to decide, or they're slower at communicating and playing hands. So it really depends. But generally about 2 hours a deck is what I say.
All right. And there are 4 decks in your compact, right?
Length.
Yeah, 4 decks in the base box. And then after...
Are there any expansions planned?
Yeah, totally. We want to support the game for like as long as it's viable to support it. And we want to put out expansions regularly in the form of like full campaigns, which is like, like a string of decks. We want to put out scenario decks that are like one-offs, like one-shots basically. I think with some of those, either with them or separate from those decks, we want to put out more roles, like more
supposedly introduce the new players to the standard game and plus as add-ons, expansions.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So the initial box that you have here is like 1/2 of a campaign. These 4 decks are kind of the first arc of a campaign, and then the first expansion to that will sort of finish up with another 3 or 4 decks. I don't know yet exactly how many decks are. We have most of it planned, but we don't have it all designed yet. So it might end up being that this 3rd deck is way too big. We need to make it 2 decks, but stuff like that. And James has some pretty wild ideas for new mechanics and stuff, and those that I think are going to be pretty fun. And I'm excited for the standalone scenarios because I've already written a couple and like designed a couple of those, and I'm like, these standalone decks I can get really weird with too, and put things in there where it's like, well, if this is a one shot, I can make it really weird in a way that I probably couldn't put in the middle of a campaign. Especially in terms of like, I have one that's just all about making combat as like weird as possible, like making a plan as strange and weird as possible. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Sounds great.
And we want to hit up all the roles too of from Cyberpunk. So like MedTech's an obvious one. James wants to do a campaign. Now I'm not saying this is happening for sure because this is like future stuff that James just wants to do. I know he's talked about it on stream, so I'm not saying anything new that hasn't been said before, but he really wants to do a Trauma Team where you all play as members of Trauma Team, like different members of a group. And then I really want to tackle Exec the role from Cyberpunk Red, do an exec role, because I could see some really cool mechanics that you could do with that. And I know James really wants to do media. But yeah, that's we got lots of plans. Lots of plans to keep supporting the game. The Kickstarter did well enough, so.
Yeah, because are those plans only considering this Kickstarter that is going on right now, or do you already plan for future campaigns?
I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time.
Yeah, because you said that you've got plans for new scenarios and new campaigns.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to release them with the campaign that is going on right now on Kickstarter, or are you planning on new campaigns on Kickstarter?
Our Kickstarter, So we don't plan on doing another Kickstarter unless we want to do like a big, like we might do one if we're doing a whole new campaign, but as of right now, our initial Kickstarter did well enough, and we've got, we're talking to people for like distribution and stuff worldwide and like retail distribution that I'm hoping we don't need to do another Kickstarter for other things. Like Kickstarter's good. It's like straight to consumer. So, but there's no reason to do it if we're not doing like a big edition, right? Like if we're doing a new edition of the game, then that's a reason to do a Kickstarter, because that's like a big thing with lots of different pieces.
So when if somebody got all in from the Kickstarter, will they receive the single on scenarios that you are designing, or will they be just retail only sales?
So what they're getting right now is they're getting the first box and everything in that. We did hit a stretch goal, though. The first expansion will be discounted for Kickstarter backers now when that does come out. We hit 1 million on Kickstarter, and we're probably not going to hit 1.5 million, and that was the only other one we had, but we went, we can add a couple more stretch goals. So we added a 1.1 and 1.25. We hit the 1.25, which is a discount on the first expansion for all Kickstarter backers. That'll be through our web store.
And the first expansion will be hitting retail stores or your store online.
It should be, yeah. That's the plan. The first box and the expansions should just be. Hopefully, we have it in your local game store. Like that's what we want. We want it to show up in your friendly local game store because we like friendly local game stores.
Yeah, we also want it. Okay.
Listen, I love the game. I enjoy it very much. I love it's cyberpunk because I like SF fantasy stuff, and like fluff or the lore is like very important part of the game for me at least, right? Love that the game was easy to learn. Like we didn't lose the time for a game. I mean, like sometimes it takes an hour to explain all the rules for Euro. Love that it's a deck building. Love that it's got scenarios. We have like choices to make. Those choices influence other next steps and what happens. And I like wait for the campaign to end and get my hands on the full product.
Right on.
And hopefully you'll get to the retail.
I think we will. We're talking to distribution partners and stuff right now, so we'll be able to get in retail. We'll see how widespread that is. Hopefully, it's very widespread. But the Kickstarter,
IP is hot, so it's helpful.
Yeah, the Kickstarter ended last week. So it did end, but we'll have late pledge up pretty soon, where people can still back it late if they want to back it. I think that should be up in the next week or two, and then we're planning on shipping everything out in July of next year. That's when we should have everything ready to go.
Great. I only have one more question. Because we were playing 4 characters. Are there any more in the box?
In the main box, there's just these 4 in the starting box. But that's part of our expansion plans is to add more roles.
Sure.
Which will come with more cards to deck build in the future too. So
And how does the game scale when you're playing with less than 4 people?
Interesting thing is that we found in testing that it kind of self-balances because when you have less players, you have less access to cards. Like you have less access to, if we don't have the Nomad, we don't have as much stealth. But if you have only 3 people, then instead of one person getting to go twice, 2 people get to go twice.
Yeah.
So you have more control individually of the plan as you get less players. You can also play solo. The solo mode is essentially you play with 2 hands like a lot of games do, but one of your decks that you're playing with is a mercenary deck. And so how we introduce more randomness into it is the mercenary is hard to control. So when you face an obstacle, the first round of combat, each time you have to flip the top card of the mercenary deck and put it into play immediately.
Okay.
And so playing one player, it becomes a lot more of a puzzle game. And like, how do I make the hands that I need out of the cards that I have, rather than like when you're playing together, where it's like we're trying to communicate and build a plan together. Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Well, that's all
thanks,
about
guys.
this,
I
what I'm
enjoyed it a
really
lot.
interested. Yeah. Thank you very much. This was a pleasure.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Hopefully maybe we can get you guys playing a deck 2 or something sometime too. That'd be cool.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll
Yeah, I
stay in
can
touch.
show that off for you guys. Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Well, thanks, guys.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you too.
Okay. See you later.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later. Farewell.
Dobra, to ja
Klaski.
zacznę. Mi się bardzo podobało, że ta gra nie wymaga tłumaczenia za bardzo. Bo ja jestem tego typu graczem, że jak jest za dużo tłumaczenia zasad, jak to za długo trwa, to u mnie się pojawia ta małpka z Homera i ja już nic nie słucham. Ja już się gubię. Po tam 4. czy 5. punkcie, który muszę zapamiętać, to już mam la. Także to było fajnie, bo naprawdę tego tłumaczenia nie było dużo.
Ale ja też to mam i najczęściej uczę się w trakcie gry zasad.
No tak, ale to
Więc
po takiej grze ja wtedy mam takie wrażenie, że kurde, dobra, to tak naprawdę będę mieć przyjemność z tej gry dopiero jak zagram drugi raz, bo już będę wiedzieć, co robię. A tu za pierwszym razem już wiedziałam, co robię. Myślę, że to, że graliśmy sporo w załogę, czy w załogę pierścienia, to też pomagało, bo jakby kooperacyjną grę, gdzie nie możemy rozmawiać o kartach, już też mamy trochę opanowaną, jak się wtedy zachowywać. Ale samo to, że ja mogłam grać kumając zasady i mając z tego przyjemność, a nie, że dobra, ja się nauczę w trakcie grania, to już dla mnie dużo dało.
Tak, mi się też podobało. Ja się całkiem dobrze bawiłem. Tylko, że ja lubię karcianki, nie? Lubię kooperację i lubię przygodówy, także wszystko grało. Mechaniki były proste, dlatego że... Znaczy inaczej, były łatwe do
pierwszy
przyswojenia,
scenariusz.
bo my tak naprawdę graliśmy w pokera, nie? Więc...
Znaczy ogólnie graliśmy i w pokera, i graliśmy w Arkham.
Znaczy nie, ja nie
więc...
mówię, że ja mam doświadczenie z graniem w pokera, bo ja nie mam doświadczenia w graniu w pokera, tylko cała walka była oparta na pokerze. A zrobić parę i zrobić trójkę, no każdy potrafi, tak?
Tylko, że
No
nie
tak,
każdy
ale to jest tak, jak
przeciwnik
są gry,
wymagał
które są
pary,
zrobione...
nie?
Jasne. I
No
tutaj
tak,
dochodziła
to są gry,
jakaś tam...
tak jak gry zrobione na... Jak gry zrobione na trick-takingu, gdzie wszyscy już chyba znają zasady trick-takingu, są jak w 1000 i możesz ich zrobić 20 różnych. I my graliśmy chyba, te ryby były na
No
trick-takingu,
tak, na trick-takingu jest bardzo dużo.
Załoga pierścieni. Jest bardzo dużo tego, więc
Tylko
na
wiesz,
pokerze też kilka
trick-taking jest bardziej skomplikowany niż poker. Tak mi się wydaje przynajmniej. Ma większą głębię, bo w pokerze głębia polega na liczeniu kart i przewidywaniu, ewentualnie czytaniu ludzi, tak? Tutaj nie oddasz tej głębi, ale ta gra używa pokera do walki, tak naprawdę, czy tam do zdawania testów, tak? Bo to nie zawsze była walka. A oprócz tego to była przygodowa jakaś, nie? I przygodowa niby ze ścieżkami tam jakimiś osobnymi, chociaż w tej co to, jak się nazywa, to co my robiliśmy? W tym intro, które graliśmy, w tym tutorialu, to te ścieżki się niczym nie różniły, nie? To tam mogliśmy kartę dodatkową dostać, która byłaby większym utrudnieniem, bo nie byłoby innego zakończenia. Prawdopodobnie.
No, chodzi o to, żeby nam zestalowała, by nam gra jedno rozdanie, nie? By nam dołożyła, bo nie ten magazyn, poszliśmy do prawego bodajże, tak?
Tak,
zrobili pewnie
jedną
z centrum
kartę byśmy
inną
dostali
kartę.
dodatkową. No, jeśli nie wybrałeś...
Ja nie wiem, czy sobie nie zepsuliśmy te rozgrywki, bo tam mógł być pojedynek kolejny, wiesz?
Okej, mógłby być.
Mógł być ukryty gang,
Tak.
inne zasady.
Znaczy wiesz, to i tak byłby prosty,
jest
bo to
to, co
był jeszcze
Kasia-
tutorialowa część, gdzie my zdawaliśmy
Zgadza
wszystko
się.
w pierwszym ataku czy w drugim, nie?
Ale to było to, co Kasia mówiła, że ona by sobie eksplorowała ścieżki, a my byśmy od razu do przodu, nie?
Tak.
Jak było
To tak jak
Power
rozmawialiśmy
gaming, to
o
w prawo.
Wiedźminie, nie? Mieszko, jak grał w Wiedźmina, to ciach. Połowy wątków, o których mu wspomniałam, to jakby nie wiedział. Ja mówię, ty sobie poczekaj, ja musiałam wszystkie sidequesty zrobić.
Jasne.
e,
No, a tobie, Mieszko?
no,
Giera.
ciekawe, czy oni będą to...
Czy co będą?
Migiera siadła. Miałem coś na końcu języka, ale zapomniałem. Mi bardzo się podoba gierka. No dlatego, że jest flaw, dlatego, że jest karcianka, że jest kooperacja, w której nie wolno rozmawiać, chociaż trochę to tam naciągane było miejscami. To nie gadanie.
Okej, no ja mam swoją opinię na ten temat, ale dokończ.
Podejrzewam, że jakbyśmy tego nie robili, to gra byłaby dużo trudniejsza, jeżeli nie kompletnie losowa.
Jakbyśmy czego nie robili.
Nie gadali o
Nie
o
mówili
tym, że...
tego, że ja nie czuję, nie gadali,
Aha.
bo w zasadzie jaka jest różnica tego, że ja mam pięści, czy tam ja mam, nie pamiętam jak się nazywało, kombat, od mówienia, że ja się czuję kombatowo.
No wiesz, ludzie grają w pokera i wiedzą, jakie kto może mieć ręce i tak dalej, bo liczą karty i znają karty, bo karty w pokerze są proste. Tutaj karty nie są proste, bo nie dość, że mają różne ikonki, w sensie mogą mieć kilka ikonek naraz, mogą mieć kilka cyferek naraz. Nie da się tego bez gadania zrobić. Moja opinia jest taka, że jakbyśmy grali bez Aidana, to leciałoby szukam szóstki. I jeśli w to zagramy kiedyś sobie fizyczną wersję, to będzie, słuchajcie, ja zagrywam 6-8 czerwone, jak ktoś ma 7, to wygraliśmy. I to jest nie do uniknięcia.
No nie, bo nie robimy tak w załogę, nie? Załogę też można było powiedzieć,
ale w załogę
że...
w ogóle nie można mówić o kartach. Nie ma jakiejś takiej ścieżki, że to powiedz, jak się czujesz, czy jesteś silny i czy akurat możesz pogadać z kimś, tak? Nie ma takiej furtki, nie zostawia załoga. Mówi, nie gadamy o kartach.
Wiesz co?
No tak, ale jak zdarzało się, że ja coś rzuciłem, powiedziałam, teraz fajnie by było, żeby ktoś rzucił szóstkę, to
ja mówię, może będę
tak nie
mówił.
mogę.
No to znaczy, że mam szóstkę, no. Znaczy wiesz, też nie powinnaś powiedzieć, że fajnie było, gdyby ktoś miał szóstkę. Już tego nie powinnaś powiedzieć. Powinnaś była powiedzieć, że fajnie by było, gdyby ktoś dopełnił tego mojego combo ataku, który właśnie wykonuje, hakując
Dokładnie.
mu nogę.
Wydaje mi się, że to jest
coś,
tak samo
nie?
tutaj, nie? Że właśnie dlatego nie trzymacie pięści, tylko myślę, że czujemy się dzisiaj silni. No. To jest to
Był
samo...
taki scenariusz załogę, nie wiem, czy pamiętasz, że jeden był chory i kapitan pytał, kto jest silny,
kto się czuje dobrze? Kto się dzisiaj,
chory.
jak się czujesz? Dobrze czy źle?
Tak, było takie.
Ale to wiesz, i miałeś odpowiedzieć jednym słowem, tak? I załoga, tam było wyraźnie napisane, że on ci może powiedzieć, że się czuje dobrze albo źle, no i ty interpretujesz to jak chcesz, czy że ma wysokie karty, czy że ma niskie.
Znaczy, ja nie mówię, że to jest w porządku, nie? To jest taki mój jeden taki mały zgrzycik, ale obawiam się, że gdybyśmy do tego nie dopuścili, to byśmy nie byli w stanie policzyć tego. To naprawdę potrzeba byłoby savanta, żeby 4 savantów, którzy po pierwsze i tak by ze sobą nie gadali.
I nawet profesjonalnie gracze w pokera nie dawaliby rady, bo karty są customowe.
Co więcej, mogą się wymieniać co scenariusz.
Tak, jeszcze się zmieniają w trakcie. Bo je rozwijasz. Chociaż to wiesz, takie, że poznacie swoje deki, wtedy coś tam, to tak, startowe deki znasz, bo wiesz, jakie są startowe deki. Przynajmniej w tym, póki nie rozbudowujesz, tak? A jak idziecie do sklepu, to też idziecie razem do sklepu i widzicie, co kto kupił. No bo to chyba nie jest tak, że grasz sobie z kimś pierwszy scenariusz, a z kimś trzeci, no bo to byłoby dziwne.
Znaczy też zwróć uwagę, że Ethan, bo on to rozegrał ten scenariusz ze 100 razy prawdopodobnie, jak
tak,
nie więcej.
No on wiedział, co się dzieje kiedy. No.
On już wiedział, jakie możemy mieć karty
oczywiście,
na ręce.
Że tak. Wiedział. I on mówił, że tak myślałem, że masz tę kartę, skoro zaczęła się, Kasiu, coś tam liczyć, nie?
Trochę liczyłem, że tą też dorzucisz. Nie wiedziałem, że masz, ale na szczęście miałaś.
Dobra,
tak
tylko
będzie
teraz
to
tak.
wyglądało, jak będziemy znali tą grę, nie?
No dobrze, a kiedy się zdążysz jej nauczyć, jak w pudełku tym korowym jest 4 scenariusze? To będziesz grała te scenariusze w kółko?
No to prawda.
Ja tutaj widzę minus pewien,
nie
tak?
będziesz.
Bo to nie jest droga gra, to kosztuje $50, tak? No to spoko cena, bo to będzie, nie wiem, za 300 to kupisz, bo tam przesyłka, coś tam jeszcze. Pewnie będzie
ale
w sklepach,
tak
jeżeli
samo,
będzie
masz
miała
cel.
retail, to będzie kosztować 150 zł. I wtedy spoko, nie? Tylko nie zdążysz się nauczyć tych kart. Bo to jest jednorazowa gra
No tak,
przecież.
tylko że scenariusze, wiesz, w Arkham też są takie, ten pierwszy scenariusz to chyba 4 razy graliśmy. Jeszcze Mieszko
Naprawdę? Ja go zagrałem
raz na
raz.
streamie.
Ja nie wiem, znaczy
Nie 4 razy, 2 razy graliśmy.
ja zagrałem ten
Ze mną
scenariusz
2
raz.
razy.
I ja nie
jeszcze
czuję
chyba u
potrzeby
Michała
grania go
kiedyś
więcej.
graliśmy.
Zresztą,
O, Michał. Nie, u Michała chyba drugi.
no nie wiem, ten scenariusz to się gra po to, żeby kogoś nauczyć, tak? W sensie, jeżeli wprowadzasz nowych ludzi do Arkham, to tak, no to zagrasz go więcej niż raz. No ale jak często wprowadzacie nowych ludzi do Arkham? No.
Tylko, że pamiętaj, że ta gra ma po pierwsze ma się rozwijać.
Mhm.
Więc ty zdążysz trochę opanować bardziej te karty, bo nie tylko te pierwsze 4, tylko one mają dochodzić tak jak, nie przymierzając
Okej,
walka.
super.
Że będą dochodzić, bo taki jest pomysł
Jeżeli
na to, nie?
znajdą,
Będą
jest
nowe
jedna rzecz.
scenariusze.
jeżeli znajdą retail w Polsce, bo to nie dość, że chcą to lokalizować na polski, co jest w ogóle super wiadomością, ale to muszą znaleźć retail, żeby to było w sklepach normalnie po polsku, tak? Bo ściągać sobie to ze Stanów,
prawda.
jakieś pudełka, które będą kosztować, nie wiem, po $20 za tam scenariusz pojedynczy, no to ze Stanów, no to nie ściągniesz tego, no.
No pytanie, czy Polska nie jest czasem taka do pominięcia, no.
No i wtedy już będzie do pominięcia, tak? Bo jeżeli nie znajdą, nie wiem, nie dogadają się z Rebelem, tak? Czy, nie wiem, z jakimś Lucky Duckiem, którzy takie karcianki lubią wydawać, czy z Galaktą nawet, jeżeli się nie dogadają, że dobra, to weźcie na siebie te tłumaczenia i weźcie to wydawajcie normalnie w Polsce, sami dbajcie o druki i tak dalej, no to umrze po prostu, tak? Będzie ten Kickstarter, to nie wiem, 100 osób z Polski to zamówiło, będzie to miało i to tyle. I nikt nie wyda dodatków, bo kto to kupi? I będą szukać wtedy po angielsku.
Trzeba zobaczyć, jak pójdzie pierwsze. Arkham miał takie same początki. Pamiętaj, że tu będą różne ścieżki. My graliśmy pierwszy scenariusz, gdzie wyborów, on był w zasadzie liniowy.
On był liniowy
jeżeli
zupełnie.
Pozostałe nie będą jeżeli pozostałe nie będą tak liniowe, będą miały kilka zakończeń, albo będą się drogi nawet rozchodzić i kończyć w jednym miejscu, to będą ludzie, którzy będą chcieli eksplorować tak jak w Arkham.
Bo
są ludzie, którzy rozgrywają scenariusze do Arkham kilkukrotnie.
Ale to nie dla scenariusza. Znaczy ja nie wiem.
Wiesz.
Ja nie grałbym scenariusza, czy tam kampanii Arkhamowych kilka razy po to, żeby poznać tę historię po raz 3. czy 4, tylko po to, żeby spróbować z tymi trudnościami przedstawionymi w tej historii poradzić sobie inną talią. Jeżeli ten deck builder, o którym on mówił, że tam ma być deck construction wprowadzone, tak? Że masz sobie sam tworzyć od startu, to robić to, czego Kasia nienawidzi. I jeżeli to będzie w tym coreboxie, no to spoko, to już można go zagrać parę razy. Jeżeli tego nie będzie w coreboxie, to będzie w jakimś tam planowanym dodatku, który wyjdzie może za 3 lata, to wszyscy w przeciągu tych 3 lat zapomną o tej grze. I nikt tych dodatków już nie kupi wtedy.
No, tak może być.
Bo to albo będą wyszli na Kickstarterze, zebrali $1 milion, tak? To jest dużo. I ja nie wierzę w to, że nie będzie Kickstartera nowego.
Jest, nie?
Uwaga, zapowiadam już w tym momencie, jak ta gra zacznie docierać do ludzi, to w tym momencie ogłoszą kolejny Kickstarter i wystartują z nim jak najszybciej w momencie, kiedy gra dociera do ludzi, bo znowu się zrobi głośno o grze, że ona przychodzi, pojawi się w mediach i w tym momencie wyskoczą z nowym Kickstarterem i będą sprzedawać znowu pakiet za już nie 50, tylko $100 z kolejnymi kampaniami.
No, fluff jest gorący i wiesz, i jeszcze, nie cały czas jeszcze jest na Cyberpunka trochę moda. Ona już trochę obumiera, ale pewnie w końcu wydadzą drugi, wyjdzie druga gra, coś się znowu nowego pojawi. Więc to nie jest takie IP, które się nie sprzeda. Tak, i na tym trochę też pewnie, na to też pewnie liczą. Tylko faktycznie to, że ona mi się podoba, co będzie, jak tych scenariuszy będzie tylko 8.
No w tym momencie mają być 4, tak? Nie będzie ich 8. W tym momencie mają być ich 4.
No, mają plan na rozszerzenia, tylko że jak one będą, mówię, nawet jak ich będzie 8 albo 15, tylko one będą do zagrania każdy raz, To różnie z tym może być.
No,
Nie?
dobra, ale to wiesz, też w sumie nie ma co zgadywać i knuć i opracowywać im strategii marketingowo-rozwojowej. Póki co, spoko. Mi się podobało. I co więcej,
Ja się bawiłam
Mi się
świetnie.
podobało.
co
to.
więcej, ja naprawdę bez problemu dałbym te $50 za taką grę, która ma 4 takie scenariusze, które są coraz trudniejsze i inne i się rozwijają i w ogóle to jest 5 dych, to jest okazja, moim zdaniem. W sensie 50
Jak na
euro.
starter, słuchaj, to jest... ile kosztuje Arkham? Też gdzieś mniej więcej tyle.
Podstawka Arkham? No myślę, że jest odrobinę tańsza. Ale to no, kwestia taka, że
Ja
tam
nie pamiętam
wiesz,
teraz, bo
odrobinę,
już mam
nie? To
te
tam
dwie stare, nie? Ale
bez znaczenia.
$50 to jest 2 stówki.
No
Ile
właśnie
kosztuje?
o to chodzi,
To jest
no.
coś koło tego chyba.
To nie jest dużo.
To nie
Jak
jest
na
dużo,
taką
to jest
grę,
gra,
nie?
którą...
Także
To jest gra, którą też wyciągniesz ludziom, którzy nie grają w planszówy, bo ogarną pokera.
Tak, dokładnie,
I
bo ogarną
wyciągniesz
pokera i
też
to jest
ludziom,
strasznie
którzy-
duży zasób.
Tak.
Jak to się mówi?
I ogarniesz też
Zaleta.
ludzi, którzy nie mają cyberpunka,
Zaleta.
bo bardzo łatwo im te archetypy opiszesz. Nie musisz znać lora
no,
cyberpunka,
te archetypy mają tak...
żeby w kilku słowach wyjaśnić, ten
Słuchaj,
jest
ja
od
się nie
bicia,
znam na
ten
cyberpunku.
jest od...
Ja się nie znam na cyberpunku i ja wiem o cyberpunku tyle, że solo jest odbicia. Ale to można też komuś powiedzieć, słuchaj,
No,
ten jest odbicia.
Do tej gry ci to
I
wystarcza,
tyle.
nie?
Jest
Solo
kompletnie
odbicia.
niepotrzebny cyberpunk.
Tak,
Potrzebny ci jest tylko, jeżeli
ale-
grasz z gościem, który ci mówi
To mu-
na Eurodolce, mówi ci Eddie. Bo ja się zastanawiałem przez pół gry, co to
jest-
są Eddies.
Eurodolce.
no ale jakby
Eurobucksy,
może,
tak.
właśnie, możesz nie znać cyberpunka, wystarczy ci informacja, ten jest od bicia, a ten jest od rozszerzania puli, a ten jest od czegoś
Jasne.
tam, ale czytając te smaczki na kartach i czytając te smaczki w tych scenariuszach, poznajesz trochę ten świat, nie? To też jest fajne. A jak
Na pewno-
znasz, no to
Ja
te
ten
smaczki
świat
są
nie-
dla ciebie bardziej
Ja
Na
ten
smaczne.
pewno,
świat
jeżeli
znam.
znasz ten świat,
I go tam nie poznałem bardziej.
ale czułeś się lepiej dzięki temu, że znałeś ten świat. Że wiesz, co to jest Night
Były
City,
dla ciebie
tak?
te smaczki.
No tak.
No.
Znaczy, wiesz co, ta asymetria nie jest... Ja jej nie zauważyłem, ale też nie wiedziałem, nie wiem, jakie wy macie karty. I tak nie do końca zwracam uwagę. W sensie,
Ja miałem
jak
same
one lądowały
odgadania.
na stole, to w pewnym momencie zgubiłem się, czyja jest czyja karta, wiesz? I to ciężko było mi to śledzić. Więc tak nie do końca poczułem to, że oni są, no Solo bił mocniej, bo tam wrzucał karty z mocnym damage'em, nie?
Ja miałem bardzo dużo charyzmy, miałem
Nie
prawie
wiem,
samą
dlaczego
charyzmę,
jest-
jeżeli miałem być muzykiem, który chodzi i gada z ludźmi po prostu i ich przekonuje do tego, bo jest znany czy coś w tym stylu, albo im śpiewa, to spoko. Moja postać taka była. Miałem połowę przynajmniej karty czerwone.
Mhm. A ja mam
Mnie
większość
dziwił, że
miałam
jest
Stefan.
nomad. Dziwi mnie, że jest nomad w startówce, ale on chyba jest taki post-apo trochę, żeby był. Ja bym bardziej fixera dawał.
Zwróciliście
Bo
uwagę na
Fixer to jest
grafiki?
taki półgangus,
Jak bardzo
nie?
były nieróżne. Ja zapomniałem go, nie zdążyłem go spytać o to. O to, jak bardzo finalne są grafiki na tych kartach.
Różne
bo niektóre
były.
były naprawdę fajne, a niektóre były, ja nie wiem, czy one były wycięte z jakichś komiksów,
Takie
czy
bardziej
te...
szkice.
Tak, były szkice, ale to były takie, wiesz, to była gotowa grafika, która ma wyglądać jak szkic, moim zdaniem. A niektóre to w ogóle jak cliparty wyglądały.
Niektóre były bardziej dopracowane,
Wiesz
niektóre
co?
mniej. Tak,
To też niekoniecznie znaczy, że to są te grafiki, które będą na
tak
tym
to
na stałe.
też
No
racja,
to
że
ja
graficznie musi
liczę
być
na to,
zakręcone.
nie? Tak naprawdę. Że część była już końcowa, wrzucona, a reszta jakieś tam placeholdery, nie?
No, nie
to
zapytaliśmy.
Nie zdążyłem
trzeba
jakoś, bo myślałem o tym w trakcie, ale chciałem na końcu i na końcu już nie pamiętam.
My też nie robiliśmy playtestów, żeby dostać ankietę na koniec i z jakimiś uwagami i tak dalej, więc tylko tyle, co mogliśmy powiedzieć. Z pokorą wysłuchał.
Nie no spoko, coś tam, wiesz, nawet skorzystał, zanotował coś tam z tego, co pamiętam.
No tak, na coś tam
Mhm.
zwróciliśmy uwagę.
Fajnie, w ogóle to całkiem przyjemne doświadczenie.
Dobra.
Takie posiedzenie z gościem, który naprawdę no zna tę grę, bo to jego gra, nie?
I zwróćcie uwagę, że nie mówi nam, co mamy robić. W sensie...
Co więcej, jak było coś do decyzji, to siedział cicho, nie? I się nie odzywał.
Tak.
No to
No,
bardzo miłe,
No
nie?
pewnie doświadczenie 100 gier, że ma się dowiedzieć coś,
on
nie?
na
Tylko
pewno nie po to grał, żeby...
nie mówi ci, że to ty zagraj
Na
tamto.
pewno nie grał po to, żeby wygrać ten scenariusz, tak? Myślę, że na tym już mu nie zależało. Bardziej, jeżeli on chciał coś wynieść
Tak,
z tego,
no,
to
to-
obserwował nasze reakcje właśnie, jak my z czego się ucieszymy
Mhm.
i co nas rozbawi i tak dalej.
Na co zwrócimy uwagę.
Tak, tak.
Gdzie się zatrzymujemy,
tak,
nie?
co
Gdzie jest
sprawiło.
Jedyne,
łatwe
co
do
nam powiedział
przejścia, gdzie
też
się
po
blokujemy.
fakcie, to o tym symbolu, nie? Że to był the
Tak, ale to
warehouse
też,
by the
wiesz,
dogs.
na zasadzie mógł to odpuścić, ale zwrócił uwagę,
Tak.
że zobaczcie,
A,
tu
to
jest
tak.
rozwiązanie, tylko jesteście debile, nie?
Nie, ono było po prostu do ogarnięcia na ileś sposobów. No bo myśmy...
To jest rzecz...
On to zrobił na takiej
No,
zasadzie tak, można było tutaj tak wywnioskować, że by the dogs, tu masz doki, tam był ten żuraw z doków też z boku.
Znaczy
tej
on nie
karty.
wiedział, że my widzimy
Ale
tego żurawia, bo żaden z nas żaden z nas nie wiedział, jaki jest żuraw po angielsku i tego nie powiedzieliśmy.
Ja powiedziałam the thingy.
Crane. Crane
tak.
to jest żuraw
Jak?
przecież. Crane.
Tak samo.
Crane,
W
faktycznie.
sensie też tak samo jak tak.
Tak.
Tak. Ale miałam takie wrażenie, że on to powiedział po prostu, że to jest dla tych osób, które by nie skumały, że tam jest ten żuraw i tak dalej, no to jest taki hint właśnie symbolami.
Może,
A na przykład byśmy
może,
zupełnie nie
może.
zwrócili uwagę na symbole,
Znaczy,
więc to jest
tylko
to
ja
akurat fajne, że na dwa sposoby można
Ja
to sobie
patrzyłem na tę
zobaczyć.
kartę i ja nie miałem pojęcia, jak wy tam doki widzieliście, ale jak powiedzieliście oboje, że po prawej są doki, to powiedziałem za wami. No tak.
No bo tam
Widziałem, tam
żuraw
doki
był.
widzą.
Ja też żurawę widziałem.
Nie zwróciłem uwagi. Ja szukałem, jak to doki, to szukałem statków.
Nie, ale to są takie, wiesz, z suwnicami żurawie, które
No, tak,
ponoszą
tak.
kontenery przedstawiają.
Tego mu nie powiedziałem, tu mogę powiedzieć, że podobało mi się te takie zagadki logiczne.
To Sudoku?
No nie spodziewałem
W
się.
Sudoku było śmieszne.
To, znaczy
Fajnie,
to,
że
tak,
było.
to
Ja nie mówię, że to
jedno,
było trudne czy wymagające.
to, że były
było, nie?
rysunki, że mamy coś tam.
To
Ja
był
potraktowałem ten tekst jako fluff.
Tak.
Jako historyjka
Zawsze
opowiedział
tak
na
traktujesz
karcie,
tekst
dobra, na razie.
kartach. A, bla, 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 fluff.
Bo najczęściej to jest. Najczęściej to jest zwyczajnie tylko i wyłącznie
No ale
fluff.
nie
nie
bez
był to
powodu
else and.
one się nazywały clue i trzeba było je odłożyć na bok, tak?
Tak.
Oj tam, no, nie bez powodu.
No, ale
Nazwy
wiesz-
szukali, tak jak nazwali plan, albo jak nazwali
No
jakiś
nie,
tam
ale
inaczej.
A
było
on z
wyraźnie
Angie też masz
napisane, że
pewnie dużo takich
klusy,
rzeczy.
odpowiedzi masz położyć z boku, no. Żeby się do nich reflensować.
No gdzieś trzeba je kłaść, no.
No tak,
Także to
ale
mi się podobało i że były takie cuesy wrzucane, znaczy wskazóweczki wrzucane na tych kartach. W ogóle nie zwracam uwagi na rysunek na tym kluczu, nie zwracam uwagi na rysunek na tym. Pomimo tego, że Kasia odkryła, że ta czacha jest na tym i po lewej, ja uważałem, że nieważne co wybierzemy, to nie ma znaczenia. I trochę...
Znaczy nie miało, absolutnie.
Mówię, skróciliśmy
Na pewno
grę.
nie w tym scenariuszu. Myślę, że w kolejnych tych
Nie w tym scenariuszu.
późniejszych scenariuszach, które nie są tutorialem, no to już będzie miało znaczenie. Mam
Znaczy,
nadzieję,
miało
że można
znaczenie,
będzie
bo pewnie
miało.
gdybyśmy wybrać coś innego, to byśmy mogli na przykład dostać więcej damage'a, nie? Bo dłużej by nam to zajęło, bo coś tam, nie? Przewinęlibyśmy
Znaczy,
talię.
można,
Ale nie
Moglibyśmy przewinąć
fabularnie,
talię.
czy
tak?
można przegrać to... Znaczy, że wyciągniesz kartę, którą jej przegrałeś, to chyba nie. Chyba, że
Nie,
po prostu
nie.
możesz
Chodzi
nie
mi o to,
pokonać tam
Dlaczego?
przeciwności.
że więcej czasu by ci zajęło przejście tej lokacji.
Karty, że zginąłeś?
Mam nadzieję, że jest jakaś
brzydkie.
taka zagadka, że ja bym zrobił taką zagadkę w grze, która mówi, że jak jej nie rozwiąże, no to zginęliście. Tak? Przyjechała policja i coś tam zrobiła rajd i was rozstrzelali.
No okej.
No czemu
To
nie?
jest to
Tak
jakiś
po
pomysł
wyborze,
pewnie na
a nie po
dodatkowy
tam
scenariusz,
nieznanym
nie?
tekście?
Oczywiście, że tak. No przegrałeś, no. Zamiast pójść do finału, to nawet nie zobaczysz tego finału. No sorry. Zagraj jeszcze raz. Jak chcesz.
Ja bym był zniesmaczony trochę.
A jak dojdziesz do tego
Jak
finału
ja, jak
i
mnie
przegrasz,
zabiłeś
to
w
co,
tym.
nie jesteś zniesmaczony? Jaka różnica? Czy masz tę jedną
Oj tam,
walkę
oj tam.
więcej, czy mniej?
To w zasadzie dlaczego nie ograniczyć tego, wyciągnij kartę?
Nie, ja nie mówię zrobić to na
jedynkę,
początku,
będzie
tak?
zdałeś,
Ale na
no.
końcu zrobić alternatywne zakończenie po prostu, tak? Nie musisz tego nazwać przegrałeś. Możesz to nazwać poszedłeś do więzienia.
Znaczy,
Tak jak w Arkham.
wrócimy do Arkham, tam możesz powiedzieć, że rzuć babę pod koła i uciekaj, nie?
No dokładnie.
spadaj
I wtedy
w pierwszym
czytasz
scenariuszu.
zakończenie, że masz do końca życia wyrzuty sumienia, że rzuciłeś babę pod koła. Zamiast uratować świat.
Ej, nie mów mi, bo ja nie wrzuciłem.
Sorry.
Zespoilowałeś mi.
Pierwszy scenariusz, który grałeś 4 razy.
Ja go nie grałem i nie znam tego zakończenia i nie mam pojęcia, o czym mówię.
Aha, okej. Ale może to się rozbuduje, no.
Mi się
Jak
podobało
będzie wróciło,
na
to,
pewno
że
będzie to
faktycznie tam były wzięte pod uwagę wszystkie elementy gry. I fluff się liczył, i rysunki się liczyły. Więc nie było czegoś
Tam
takiego jak
spostrzegawczość
tu
taka.
w tym, gdzie ja bardzo długo czytałam fluff, bo chciałam jednak całościowo tę grę zagrać, ale przy kolejnej książce już
żałujesz.
też robiłam, dobra, setup. Bo tak bardzo naiwnie jest ten fluff w Eons Endzie napisany, że no, mimo szczerych chęci się zniechęciłam.
No ja pamiętam, jak naciskaj, żeby go czytać.
No. A tu ten fluff ma sens.
Bo to jest. No.
I obrazki mają sens, to jest mega fajne, że te obrazki...
Te nawet
To jest
grafiki
fajne
na
też w
kartach, nie? Jak
Endzie.
ja miałem... Mów.
No.
Ja?
Bo
Dobra.
w Aeons Endzie też jest te grafiki mają między sobą jakieś tam powiązanie, że niektóre te gemy czy artefakty masz z grafikami konkretnych postaci, ale one tak bardzo luźno nawiązują. A tu było konkretne nawiązanie, nie? Tu, patrzcie, tu jest ta czacha. Patrzcie,
Tak,
tu jest
ale
to są doki, nie?
Nawet same te karty, którymi graliśmy, tak? One miały... Ja miałem jakąś tam kartę, która dawała 3 charyzmy, ale coś tam. I to była karta, na której na obrazku była baba wyciągająca saszetkę z narkotykami dla kogoś tam, tak? No i 3 charyzmy w ten
Tak.
sposób.
Było coś tam, że
zdobywała.
lot of money i tak wszędzie kasa
No.
fruwała. Mi się podobały te grafiki,
Tak.
ale nie zawsze zwracałem uwagę, bo jak dociągałem kartę, to już nie
No, możesz
interesowała
w pewnym
grafika, tylko
momencie
to, co jest napisane.
7 kier, no. I to się liczyło.
Tak. To co? To tyle z tej rozmowy. To był kanał Czyja Teraz Tura, ja jestem Mieszko.
A ja jestem Majzer.
Macie tutaj obok Majzownika. Tak.
Nie?
I z nami dzisiaj gościnie była Kasia. Mieliście okazję poznać też Ejdana, który nam grę prezentował. Niestety z braku czasu zabrał się wcześniej i zostawił nas z grą. Majza?
Tak, Cyberpunk Legends gra się będzie nazywać, bo jej jeszcze nie ma. Ona dopiero co na Kickstarterze się ufundowała. Jakieś tam late pledge będą, ktoś tam się będzie mógł dorzucać. Najważniejsza informacja jest taka, że gra będzie po polsku. Dobra, prawie najważniejsza. Najważniejsza jest taka, że będzie solo w środku. Także super.
No tak. Bo jakby była po angielsku, nam by nie przeszkadzało. A że będzie solo, to że jakby nie było solo, to już by przeszkadzało trochę. Jak się nazywa firma?
Night Crew Games. Chłopaki się nazywają.
Night Crew Games, dobrze pamiętałem. Dobra. A to co? My się z wami żegnamy. To była Czyja Teraz Tura. Trzymajcie się, pa.
Pa, pa!